that cook.
Spam alt a bunch of times. You'll land on OBS eventually.
Eventually, we'll get there. The ultimate goal is by the time I hit the start button, the stream doesn't actually like it when I do that. Which is ironic enough as it is. If I've got this correct. That cook.
Spam alt a bunch of... Oh?
Yeah, we're live. Hello, welcome to the Ecopoint Podcast. It's your boy, Obiwankenobi, back at it again. I've decided to throw a sleep dart across the other side of the world, and it actually landed onto Sands. So, poor guy, he's not going to be here for this episode. But we're going to take a back seat from a lot of the hard grind. We're going to do some episodes of going through every single team. But I thought I'd bring someone along to also help me out. It is always good to get some friends along from the community over on Twitter. It is nice to meet you. How's it going?
Going pretty good. It's almost 5 a.m, but if you're an Overwatch player, you don't care about sleep. You care about Overwatch.
So true. Nari herself is here on the podcast today. Here to talk about some Overwatch League. But for first, how about these Overwatch League updates? I think this is probably the biggest one we've had where a lot of stuff has been thrown at us all together. First off,
off-season's finally not dead anymore.
Yeah, well, you have the One Punch Man collab, where it's just been me watching Doomfist over and over again, doing 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 sit-downs, 100 sleeps, 100 hours of sleep.
100 sleeping?
Yeah, the 100 hours of sleep. It's important to get you sleeping. That's the Doomfist that I know. And you've got a very good surprise, the Tatsumaki Kiriko skin, the terrible tornado. Those legs, those thighs, are they not equal goals as Doomfist?
Yeah. I realized today that her skin, it's basically just her default, except it's all black and she's wearing no pants and everything, and she's wearing a wig. Like, that's pretty much it. Like, there's no weapon change, not really paper change, no Suzu change. I mean, to be fair, they said, the devs said themselves, the characters are just really cosplaying the characters. It's not like much about them is supposed to change. That's why Genos Genji looks like it does.
You've got a very good point. So, as far as the proposition that they have here, just over at the store, which we're going to spend most of our time, I think, today, just with this content on screen, the One Punch Man Mega Bundle, followed by the Genji Genos Bundle, I think that design is alright. Like, he's got like the hair down a good 60-70% of the original inspired design from Genos and One Punch Man. Even this particular look feels more Genji than Genos, but you can see the inspiration and the vibe that they're going for.
I see the vision. It's definitely there.
I do think that's really sick. Like, let's look at these blades. This part definitely screams iconic. And then it's unique as well, because I'm pretty sure the anime doesn't have him using blades all the time. Yeah, we've got all these pretty nasty, fierce shurikens that just scream.
Right.
Yeah, I would want to stay the hell away from this guy in my quick play games. Whereas, yeah.
Quick play Pepe Love.
The iconic terrible tornado. Look, it's a nice little dark black and green theme. And it looks even better.
It's dark mode Kiriko.
Dark mode Kiriko. We had Visual K, which was like a very Japanese punk-inspired theme. But
I would use Visual K over this, and I would use it over the Mythic skin that they dropped. Honestly, I don't really like the Mythic skin that much.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not spending money on default premium.
Okay, now that's big. That is really big money. Big Overwatch money. But look, you sure? Yeah, see, look at how upset Kiriko is. She's just disappointed at you that you wouldn't just go out and get her.
She's so disappointed that I would not spend money on Overwatch.
Yeah, it's a free-to-play game. Why are you spending money and not on me? And then
because if I don't have to pay for my rank, then
you shouldn't need to pay for your rank. I'm pretty sure the skins are not that significant enough to do that. But would you say Doomfist with a cape This is the first skin where he's
I
got a
feel like
bright white cape that covers his entire back sprite. If you
I feel like everyone that has used the Saitama Doomfist skin is for whatever reason much easier to hit than anyone using a normal Doomfist skin, and I think it has everything to do with the cape. I don't know what it is. It's just a big target on his back. Like, hey, shoot me, please.
Well, I probably reckon the idea is the voice lines, which is right here. Before I play it, it's very important that we get this very clear. The only reason why all the Doomfist players, especially in your ranked games, are not doing well with the Saitama skin is because they haven't done this. 100
They haven't
push-ups. Oh, no, that doesn't
They
even
haven't
say
done the
it.
training regimen.
Yeah, they've not done the training regimen. There have been real people who've done this on TikTok, and they can guarantee the results are practical, but you gotta
Like those
do
people
it
can
right.
punch the moon like Doomfist does in that highlight intro.
Yeah, look at him
He
go.
literally punches the moon.
Yeah, look, it's just you get
Our
only like
tides are gonna be all fucked up now.
half a second. He just smashed the moon. It's totally
He
not
smashed the
drawn
moon and
out.
now Japan is flooded. Like,
It's incredible. Like the level of detail and even just these little sprites that will come up next to your player card. This being your, it's just so cool. Add to that, you could get all three of them at the same time. I think this is a smart idea. They've always wanted to do bundles to make it look like it's cheaper, but I would certainly argue that this is the whole set. You want to buy a whole.
yeah,
don't
it is
have-
way cheaper to just buy all of them. Like, if you only want two, just buy all of them.
Yeah, go
If you want one, buy the one.
because it's 4,400 as the bundle, but if you get just two of them, you're already gone way over. So, it's whatever you value, but that's the best value for money that I've ever seen. Do you know what else is also value for money? With this update, Overwatch League skins. Oh,
I
but
love Overwatch.
not the
skins.
old ones, which are 150, but the Overwatch 2
The current
skins
ones are 150.
are indeed same price, new skins. Let me go through and show you just what's going on here. Atlanta Rain, red, gray, black. This is my favorite part about Ana, honestly.
It's a clean aesthetic.
It's as a clean aesthetic. They carried it over from the Overwatch 2 skins, so you're gonna see a lot of repeats of the design, but the pattern and the emblems are gonna make a huge difference to which one you would pick for yourself. Now, how do I get these? Money. $189.
You either spend money or you wait 2 months for the season to start and farm tokens.
Yes. So the good news is there is a way to get these without having to spend a single dime. And the reason I even have this much is because I've not spent any money. That is all watch
I
time.
haven't spent any money either. I already spent all the tokens I had from last season on skins, like when they dropped a couple days ago.
Yeah. All you had to do was just watch the Overwatch League streams. To do that, you need to connect your Battle.net account or your Blizzard account onto the YouTube app or on the Overwatch website, because I know that when you sign in, it will ask if you want to link your details when you allow it, because some people try not to do that stuff because they're like, oh, I don't want my personal data all over Blizzard's own app. It's
I don't
like,
want
come on,
Blizzard to know
that's
where I
the
live.
sacrifice you have to make because it tracks your hours as you're watching on their stream or on
A
their
small
website.
price to pay for skins.
Precisely. I think that's all you want to do to make sure you get as many skins as you want out of this catalog because they'll still be here. You can go grab these anytime you want, but the moment that you see your team or you see a really good team win, go grab these. And, look, London Spitfire, hell yeah, I would want that skin. That looks exactly like the Overwatch 1 skin with a few tweaks, but that's exactly it. This is now
Wait, which one?
newer,
Which one
cleaner,
was-
and a little bit meaner. Let me show you, because I do happen to have the skin in my catalog.
Yeah, I'm
Very
still
hard
looking
right
at
here.
Twitter on Discord right now.
Let's patch that up. It's still showing Twitter for you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
on
that's not quite
on
right.
Discord.
Okay, there it is.
There we go. That
Look
is
at
Overwatch.
Shanghai
That
Dragons
is
Overwatch 2
Overwatch.
skin. That looks pretty neat. I'm just curious though if that actually just looks identical, just with weapon changes.
It pretty much
Little bit
is, except
tighter
he has a
look.
different haircut.
The Midas, though, that one still goes hard with the open flames. I don't think it used to be this lively, this epic. I mean, just look at that hook. It's like a giant horn.
My low graphic settings don't allow for any of that fire to be seen, so I've never seen that, actually.
It's really, cool. Really sick. There you've got the Midas touch.
The hand?
The Midas.
Oh,
it's the magic touch. They do actually put a proper hand on here. I think it's this is actually a mold injection of Super's finger.
Is it really?
Yeah, they implant this bad boy onto it.
Funny. That is funny.
A lot of attention to detail. I swear. Perfect. And you even got the Shark logo just sitting underneath.
No one's gonna see that!
They said that about the Doomfist.
No one's gonna see that!
They did this for Shark's Doomfist skin. And then, frankly, I'm surprised that they did it again with putting this at the bottom. But of course, the main skin, yeah, you can't miss that. That is done right. That's probably the best then.
Well, unless you're playing as the Roadhog, you ain't seeing any of that.
Yeah, look, so that's the Overwatch 1 Overwatch League skin. You know, all the logos all sitting on top as a tattoo. I think this is the most questionable tattoo to get, even if you were a super fan. At least the London one, the belly button has the little dot for the plain nub on the front.
That's probably like the most perfectly aligned one out of all of them.
Yeah, for reference, even my own skins aren't going to do a whole lot of justice. At least you can tell it's 2 letters.
Oh wait, London's is worse this year. I have it open. It's not lined up. And it looks like a JPEG.
Oh, does it? Before I forget, the Pachimari skin is going to make its lovely return for you Overwatch 2 players who've not unlocked as many skins from Overwatch 1. The Pachimari event, there's going to be a tournament going on, so you can watch some your friends or some amateur pro players. Pro players themselves will also be participating. That will be coming into the Overwatch League for sure. We started.
I think one of my teams wants to do that tournament.
Yeah, we are seeing a return of the community tournaments, starting with the Pachimari community tournament across all regions in Asia, APAC, and the like. This is all going to be good fun to just be able to see this skin as part of the competition, get more things to unlock.
Overwatch.
So much Overwatch in the works for this March. So, in keeping back to the original plan, let's go back to Atlanta. All the way up here in the Overwatch League tab. There is the support bundles that they've been releasing, so if you can't get them all, try and get a few. And I think throughout the season, they've explained that they will release a small set of skins and pile it up with a new weapon charm that you can add to all your favorite Overwatch League characters' weapons as your little gun buddy to support your team. So even if you don't have the Overwatch team skin, this is only just 100 Overwatch League tokens. These free skins together is 450, but you only have to spend 350 Overwatch League tokens, and you can get all 3 of those and that. So they're going to cycle through some heroes, but you'll still get a free, well, it'll feel like their bonus weapon charm while they're at it. So it's a plus. It's a win-win. If you want to get one...
It's more than just skins now.
If you want to get a little bit more, yeah, you can get that too. How about that Ash? And I have the Golden Bob, just to accentuate that a little bit more. Do you like this design with the Atlanta Reigns in particular?
Atlanta's has a nice color scheme, I think. Like, just in general, they have a really nice color scheme going on.
Yeah, and I do love having a way to compare it against its alternate color pattern that they have for their own logo. So this one is on like a silver phoenix, because that's what Atlanta's built after. The Atlanta Reign, the phoenix. Yeah, and that looks even better.
If you do away, it's like the actual logo.
Yeah, the away skins are meant to just accentuate all the white, so you're going to see that a lot too. I won't go through every single one, but yeah, for example, with Bastion.
If you look at Sojourn Home, like the home for Sojourn, her gun it's just default with an extra logo on it.
Oh, just her gun?
Yeah, like if you look at her gun. That's pretty much default.
It looks exactly like default. All it's missing is the Canadian accents. You know, give it a little bit of flair to it. I mean, it almost looks like a maple leaf. if I'm going to be
Almost.
honest.
Very close.
Like, just from a distance, you can see a
That looks a
maple
little
leaf.
better.
This is the right skin. Good all-round color and balance across all heroes. Like, even for their home skin, this looks really pale. I'm gonna make sure that we at least go through maybe a few of these. If I can't go through all of them, the ones that are definitely worth looking at, all of the new Overwatch 2 heroes that didn't have Overwatch 1 skins. So this is the first time they've had branded skins from the Overwatch League. So the one that you really want is the Ramacho's transformation skin right here. This is all white. This is the home skin, which tells me
that's no way skin. There we go.
That is. That looks majestic.
A lot of these skins are like, I think they're made for like, even if you're not a fan of the league and you just like really cool color schemes, like you could still buy these. Because the logos really aren't there. Like, it's not very obvious that it's a team skin unless you know that it's a team skin.
Yeah, I'd say
so you could
tremendous
just
work to engineer, even if they are just palette swaps between each other because they keep the same design. I think the palette swaps have been significantly better this time around for a good many of these teams. Some have just completely overhauled their colors. We're going to go through some of those too.
Some teams have made poor decisions and added another color. Gladiators.
Gladiators with their purple. Okay. I'm happy to go straight to Gladiators.
Add a third color.
I think the thing that
that's default. That is default Zarya. That is default Zarya.
Whether this default Zarya or not, I think this is not quite. I think
that's worse.
I don't exactly
default Zarya.
Okay, so I think there's definitely something wrong with this corner up here. Can you see where my mouse is pointed?
Oh yeah, I can. That's so there's no way it's supposed to be like that.
With the color brandings because they don't want to change them all to really fit each skin, which I think they should really work on doing. Like this is fine.
Like the gun's
they
cool.
Have alternate colors.
Like at least they made the part that you could only see whenever you're playing the game cool.
They do.
But like
they absolutely need to.
That is default Zarya. That's kind of nice.
Yeah. So home Zenyatta, I think, is the one I can consistently draw good feedback to of how they chose their color schemes. Especially because you can always look at the glowing ball up close.
Why is it upside down? It's upside down.
It's triggering. They do this. That's done with every single one too. Okay, Tracer's one. Zarya's, because this has the most distinct colors against their own pattern. And Ramacho and Kiriko. Sojourn and Kiriko. These are all the
That's a weird looking Kiriko.
And combos that I'll look at closely. All these other ones, yeah, we'll throw them in when we can. Let's look at Boston's. Boston, they said that they were doing
never thought Boston's looked good. I never thought Boston's looked good, and it still looks bad, in my opinion.
They've said that
yellow is just a bad color, I think.
Of their color scheme, but no, it's
well. Then where is it?
I'm still seeing the yellow from the original Boston logo from 2018. That doesn't tell me there's good signs that this was communicated across the team, that they wanted to drop the yellow, because clearly they needed a second accent color. The second accent color should have been this.
That is good.
This is the steel color that they want, and I think that's the mistake that they made. Their away skins is their official team branding. The home skins...
Yeah, although I think there would be more blue involved in the home skins, just because it's more color.
So I think there's more color is awesome for them, but really, this is the kind of branding that they want to go for.
Imagine if the yellow bits were white, like that would look good.
Yeah, like see, this looks like an official professional organization. A professional organization would use this outfit. Yeah,
Boston Uprising, the professional organization.
See, not professional. This professional is all heck. I would sign a resume for that. That looks great. You add the yellow and suddenly the accents like pop so much out of it that I'm not disagreeing that this is a good skin. I just think that they could have done a lot more if they really thought about or could afford a design change to their home team colors and not just depend on the away skins as their future design. Yet, Boston Kiriko.
Yellow.
Okay.
It's so bad.
I would love for you to pay attention to the ribbons across each team because, you know,
Oh,
the
yeah, they
small
changed,
accessories is
right?
what makes Kiriko really pop out. Yeah, they do change. So this, clean.
No, it's gray. No, the bow is gray.
The bow is, yeah, silverish gray. It goes great with the sort of, the fox colors all on her waistskins. Look consistently good. Even Lucia looks great.
Why are Lucio's pool noodles the same color as default? Why didn't they change those?
Oh, yeah, they actually did install pool noodles into his head. That, like, a lot of pool noodles.
So he's always ready for a water fight.
Is this the reason why Frogger keeps asking if Lucia will collab with Hatsune Miku? With a Overwatch skin?
Maybe.
Possibly. I don't know. But yeah, see, look. Ramatra. Beast skin. That looks great.
I'm suffering as he have looking at Boston's skins right now.
Yeah, I'm not doing a tier list on these because I think it's only fair that every team gets their respect and love.
There's also too many of them.
There's so many. So many, it's hard to rate.
There's like 38 heroes, 20 teams. It's too much math.
That's way too much. Yeah, away skin, that looks fire. Home skin,
yeah.
They didn't accentuate it too much, and I think that was fine. Tracer, alright. Tracer away, yeah, that's something. You know, minimize it so much.
Austin away and Dallas away are very much riding each other's line of being almost exactly the same. One of them is just more like royal blue than the other. No away skins.
I would actually agree with that. It's just a lot of royal blue started out the Overwatch League. If we go to
now everyone is red. It's all red everywhere.
Very red. So let's talk about this new red team that we have here. The Seoul Infernal. Formerly the Philadelphia Fusion.
Rip.
The franchise is still owned by the same sorry, no, that's probably the wrong way to put it. Comcast Spectacor, gone. But the staffing and the coaching behind it, that's now owned by T1. Yeah, look, T1. I think it's okay. Look, at the end of the day, T1's branding is to keep to the spirit of Seoul. There just happens to be another Seoul in the works. And they've...
What I suggested when I heard that they were rebranding was take the P in Philly, turn it upside down, and become the Busan Fusion.
The Busan Fusion, yes. I think a lot of people would agree. If you kept the branding of Fusion, at least people have
like that orange that they had is a very distinct color, and now there's just another red team.
Yes, that's right. So you know how the sleep dart here, and even like you see a lot of these moving parts. I'm gonna show you Sombra, and there's a little bit of
she got RGB on her shit, right?
She's got a little bit of RGB going. So this is their away skin. That's all right, you know, for an away skin, right? The red has to emphasize somewhere.
The hair, the purple hair. I swear they do. It's with Lucia too. No, it's like with the Lucia, like his pool noodles are still green. Sombra's hair is still purple for some reason.
I think they can't change that because nobody else's hair will change, has they?
Well, I mean, they can.
And Wrecking Ball's forehead changes. The team gets, oh, he gets a little mask now. So
Bro is an apple.
He is an apple. He's so round. It's so adorable.
He looks like an apple whenever he goes into ball form with that skin, I guarantee it.
Look at Zarya. So this is the one I need
to that is pure default. That is actual default.
Here we go. That's
it's so bad. Oh my god.
The filler?
What the fuck? Are you kidding me? That's awful.
I think Infernal...
Like, the gun's cool.
It's their first season.
Oh, my God. Ooh, Widow, though. Widow's
got it going down, right. She's getting people hungry.
Hey, what are you doing back there?
Yeah, what you doing? It's the Scorpion skin. A paid Scorpion skin, but it's got a little more lethal red going on here. The away skin. I think this red and gold aesthetic looks great. We're on white.
Yeah, the gold looks good with the red.
Yeah, I think they figured this new branding out and thought quite thoroughly on how to make the most of a new branding.
Yeah.
You know, get some more red teams in here. Look at that.
They didn't use enough gold, in my opinion, on some skins. Like, there's almost none here. Like, this just looks like Toronto.
Yeah, all of the team's branding is really stretched out, and I hope that this is.
Oh my
not
god, that's
intended.
so funny.
I think it's because
It's
in
so
first
funny.
person that will look a little more legible, but yeah, that doesn't look that's not what you want to see.
I have Fuel Soldier. It's not. It's not legible. In fact,
it's
it
not?
moves. It's a moving part. That is also default. What the?
It's default on
It's
black.
so funny.
Default
Yeah,
on
it's
white.
default on home, but then on white it looks good.
I forgot that Arisa got a whole like redesign for Overwatch 2 as well. Like it's quite the look, and they made a gigantic Overwatch League team logo. Now it's towards the pelvis area, but at least it's not prominent and not obsessed with that.
One of the worst part of like all the Arisa skins. Just look at the spear.
Oh no! I know exactly what you're talking about. This is gonna be
Look,
red, right?
Just go. No,
No,
it's still green.
It's still green, and the energy.
That looks a little better, but
This looks like a toy that I would give to a child for Halloween.
This looks like it's a candy and it's watermelon flavored.
Watermelon flavored What part of the watermelon are you eating? That's all rind.
Oh, it's red and green. It's red and green.
You don't eat it around the center and the top, but that's basically what you're telling me. Okay.
Not with that attitude.
All right. Ooh, okay. Beast mode.
Okay.
That's a
Okay.
color. That's a design aesthetic. And yeah, could use
A lot of the away skins just look so similar. Like they're all because it's all white. It's just accents.
We really don't have a team that's this bold on red, right? Am I wrong in saying that? It's not nearly this dominant. New York Excelsior had
probably
some red,
would
but now they gave up on that.
Yeah, they completely got rid of it. Good segue to that if you want to go to that now.
I'm very tempted to. I was going to talk about their neighbor, Soul Dynasty. This is the Season 1 classic best team skin with the
These are almost exactly the same, and they just changed the model. Like,
can you see why I don't have any Soul Dynasty skins? Because I already got
I had
characters, and that just blends in way too well that it doesn't stand out anymore. See, look, this is a golden ball. It's probably the same. But if you want free gold,
it's fairly similar.
If you want the bonus of the gold gun experience, get a Soul Dynasty skin. I think that's
if you want your gun to glimmer. Why is the wait a minute? Go back to the Winston.
Winston.
Why is the logo sideways?
I'm glad you asked. They're all sideways across all of them. And the only
the logo's tilted, just like the people who play Monkey right now. They're all tilted.
Against ball, of all things.
Exactly.
Look, so,
that's different.
Again, some of the accents, you still have to keep the purple in the hair.
I'm getting Chengdu vibes already. I'm getting Chengdu vibes from those freaking leggings she has on.
The leggings, right? Oh, do you want leggings? At least this isn't all gold. That would look so tacky across. What is more important, the Golden Dynasty?
Well, it does on Chengdu.
Look,
look at Chengdu. Their entire skin line is tacky. It's awful.
All right, let me do a quick Remacha review. Ooh, okay. Ooh, and the away skin.
Yeah, about what I expected.
Leans back nicely. And Reaper just looks like Reaper. Just with a little bit of gold trim. This is
it looks like Reaper won a championship.
Gold trim, if you RuneScapers enjoy gold trim, look, paying real money for things is not worth it. But if it saves you time,
there's not a glimpse of accent on that away gun.
There
is not it's just white. It's just white. There's no gold anywhere.
This looks like something I'd take to, the laser tag arena. Yeah, just those big bulky laser guns.
It does.
Yeah, and the only golden part.
Reaper looks like he plays laser tag too.
He sure does. That's a laser tag look.
That is a laser tag enjoyer.
Junker Queen and Kiriko. Let's not forget Kiriko.
Oh, for the reckoning.
Nice logging blades, and the food is all the same. Except they're branded on the back with the logo.
Hey, they got little logos on them. Too bad you don't see those either.
No way.
Yes,
There's just too much detail, and maybe we should.
Maybe if they added the inspects animation like they were supposed to when the game came out.
Let's look at these yellows from Chengdu Hunters. So gold and orange, because they were very heavily inspired by Royal Never Give Up, the League of Legends team with a lot of R, N, and G. The R, I don't know what it stands for.
I don't know how the skin makes me feel. I don't know.
What does it make you feel?
That.
But why? This is just it's a way to like forge traditional kind of thing with valuing gold as like.
If someone has these skins in my game, I teabag them, and type in that pick a different skin, bro. swap skins.
Ooh, yeah. You know what? That I would vouch. There's some good little bits of accent that they're going on.
I only like the gold bits. The gold bits are only the only decent bits.
It just feels like the whole thing should be gold, but they had to secondary
it's
color, and they
too much
went with
orange.
Gold, but pastel.
Gold without the polish.
I can tell you now, just by looking at the skin a little bit more on just Diva, I think the branding is so much cleaner when she's now in Overwatch 2.
It looks a lot better than it. Like Chengdu looks a lot better than it did in Overwatch 1, but it's not by much.
Okay, I dig this. I dig this new look from Doomfist as well.
This looks like Fusion, honestly. This is what Fusion would look like, honestly.
It's what the Fusion would have wanted. And now suddenly Echo looks really dilapidated. Like, her features were very basic when she came out.
Echo?
No change.
Any skin or any team that didn't do like any form of recolor or like rebrand, they're making you buy the Echo skin again, despite the fact that it's the exact same skin as Overwatch 1.
No, that can't be true. I'm gonna check
it is
now.
It is the exact same.
Give me a second to finally snap, because I'm gonna check this now. With my
Go look at your hero gallery.
Did
you get Echo? You do.
Don't tell me they're gonna change this. No, it's just this is a scuffed version of the one that they have at the store.
Is it?
I got this for 100 less. I'm pretty sure. That's the only difference. 100 tokens was all it took to buy home and away skins in Overwatch 1. Now they've gone and bumped.
I'll tell you one thing: Echo Dallas didn't change at all. I know that much for sure. Echo Dallas is. Yeah, no, that's the exact same skin. That is the exact same skin. They're making you buy it again.
And they'll make me buy it again if they had ever done another new hero.
Like Echo didn't even get an Overwatch 2 recolor. That's why it's like that. She's like she didn't get any armor upgrade. She's the same fucking character.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling it now. But unlike you, I have a podcast to run, so I want to keep it going. Look, some of these charge skins, I'm not gonna berate the fact that I love these skins. I just have a big bias going on.
I like the Charger skin. Like, I wouldn't buy them and use them, but like I like the colors that they have.
You bet.
I really like the green. I really like the green they have.
They did all right.
Like Lucio's pool noodles look good there.
They did.
They look good on that skin.
And
they match.
Yeah, my favorite player, Xerneas, is just all about that Lucio, and to give him such
wasn't Xerneas a player before and he changed his name? What was he before?
Yveltal.
Ah, the other Pokemon. The other one.
He really loves his Pokemon, and I love my Pokemon. And so, look, Zarya here. Does that look like default skin to you? Not quite, but it's...
Not quite, but
it's not as bold. It doesn't have the same heavy colors, and that's what I'm talking about. All these team skins, I think for some reason Zarya's got something else going on. She's cooking, because this looks great. Put it together, she looks so bright. Yeah. Can we sideways lightning bolt for you? At least now you know there's a lightning bolt, because if you didn't see it before, now you do. All it took was a 45-degree angle. I do want to credit Symmetra looking as fine as hell, but she kind of looks like she's in the wrong video game.
She does. She looks too sophisticated for Overwatch.
Let's go back to Infernal, right? And I look at the Symmetra here. Yeah, she just feels like she's part of like Malaysia's Got Talent, and she's the guest judge.
She's a Valorant agent.
Which one?
I don't know. She's a brand new agent, Symmetra.
All right.
Ah, yes, my favorite team.
No. Hey, wait. What is this? What's the
Wait, what? She got a little bird feather on her hat.
It's a little. Yeah, it's part of the hoodie. It's aerodynamic. It stays up on its
It
own.
moves. That's weird.
It's like
I actually didn't notice that before. It is like a plane.
Yeah, look for all
Like
Dallas
moves really
fans.
fast. It like shakes.
Do I need to tell you? Blue is a great color. It's Chargers. I love my blue and cyan. Fuel's got the best blue out there, next to I think New York Excelsior. And look, Boston on white. I think is pretty.
That looks good. And look at Dallas away for like anyone. It's almost identical. But there's more. Like it's just brighter. Like it's brighter in some places, darker in the others.
Yeah, you gotta get rid to a scarf to give her like a softer look.
Yeah.
To balance out what's pretty military grade for her. And just like the gun, you can really feel like this heavy metal along the rails.
Like I would unequip my gold gun on Ana just to like look at that because that looks good.
Yeah, Ash is looking.
I would keep Ashes on, however.
Yeah. Shout out to Jay Hills, a friend that I've seen across all the Discord servers. Server hopping is going to be fun. That's one of my favorite things, and he's always going to be able to commit for a Dallas game. Baptiste away, Baptiste home. Away.
There's a little bit too much gray involved in that. There's too much silver, I think.
You think?
Well, like in the
on this one.
I love that they made Bastion's hat have the team logo on it.
They just had to.
I'm
but
so glad they did
on the
that.
chest as well, so you can at least get it.
There's logos all over him.
Decals on the
Bro's
side.
a walking billboard.
The hat still sticks out, and I've not seen that. I've not played Bastion, so that's just absolutely sick. You could get the logo on all three sides like that, and then the classic tank.
He's literally a walking billboard.
Walking billboard right here. Just don't forget, that's where you have to shoot if you want to get headshot damage, not the front.
You don't shoot the hat. Actually, you do shoot the hat.
You need to shoot the hat. You gotta. Oh.
Genji.
So for any of those AKM fans, gotta get that AKM blade in style now.
I love Hoodie Genji. It's so good. When I first saw Hoodie Genji in the 0 Point cinematic, I lost. I just lost.
It's a great aesthetic to add on to what was otherwise now making me.
And now he looks so cool.
What was he wearing?
A loser, a nerd, a Discord mod.
Oh lord. Oh yeah, that's great. The nice little accent that they put in secondary with the blade. If I'm not mistaken, their neighbors, Houston Outlaws, would probably make that green, which is just the original Dragon Blade color.
Yeah, that's just default Genji.
Neon green. Okay, but look, Junkrat has got so much equipment, so I'm not even gonna cover this.
Yeah.
The trap's looking vicious.
Wait, wait a minute. Oh, there's the mine and then the trigger for the mine. I was like, wait, there's two mine icons.
Yes, there is two mine icons. It's not made too clear. And the gun itself is always looking good. But that looks so sick, how much of an upgrade he's had as part of the Overwatch 2 overall design. He's got a little more tech upgrades, but still feels as clunky and as DIY. Like with it basically looked like cricket balls in one of his skins. Kiriko, away skin, fire.
Fun fact, Dallas Fuel Discord had like a giveaway. They made like custom made Dallas Fuel Kiriko knives. And I won them, and I have them. Well, they're the home ones.
Not bad. There's the home ones.
It also came with like her headpiece of Dallas. So I have that as well.
The headpiece is
really cool.
10 out of 10 right there. Like that sells on its own, just as a marketable thing, as well as the Fox teddy bear from the animated short. That would sell it.
Which unfortunately, Amazon has to do it for them.
Yeah, what a shame. You don't really want to get the Amazon one. You want one genuine from Blizzard.
Yeah.
Ramatra. He reminds me of someone from a band called
He looks literally cold.
Okay, Blue Man Group.
Like, he looks like his temperature is below
your fourth
zero.
man. If you ever want a fourth or fifth, he can be your fourth and your fifth.
Blue Man Group.
Yeah, BMG, man. They do great music. Sick live performances, and they still rock it. Soldier 76 with this back. So it looks really patchy to me. I don't see that being like a proper jacket without just like having to patch on the number 7 and the number 6 like that.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a G for too many Guangzhou charge symbols I've seen. Sombra.
I can cosplay Edison with Sojourns.
Okay, you have to admit, this works with her purple hair.
It does.
It
The
does
way,
look cool.
yeah, that works too. Actually,
More on the away skin, but I can definitely see
definitely a lot more
just
on the away skin, but it looks decent here.
hella decent. Just the asymmetrical Uzi design with the rainbow stripe is what really sells it for me. Tracer, for anyone who still has it from back in the days of Effect, or if you've been having it because
I miss Effect. I miss him so much, dude. I named one of my accounts after him actually.
Yeah, like
I was a big Effect stan back in the day. I still am. I wish he does stuff, bro. Oh my Widow.
if Red doesn't
every time I see it, I'm impressed. Every time I see it, like I have it. I own that skin now, but I'm still impressed every time I look at it.
Yeah, let's check out Winston. Very
talented. I have Ash, Bap, Cass, Genji, Queen, Kiri, Ram, Sojourn, 76, Tracer, Widow, and Zen.
Oh, Fuel fans, you're getting
I'm definitely buying that.
You?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, like the way Fuel is something.
This is our this is our like apology for them moving to the east. Like, hey, we know we're leaving you, but like, here's some cool skins.
As a parting gift for all your appreciation, if you continue to support us, because those hours they're not going to be racking themselves.
These skins look good.
Yeah, Zarya.
They're coming back next year, allegedly.
I would say, yeah, allegedly.
The home one probably looks better.
Sticking around.
There's a lot more. There's a lot more here on the home.
Yeah, look at that. Still as iconic as it looks on the home skin.
Yeah.
Sojourn.
Edison cosplay.
I like a lot of the away skins. Like, just because her Canadian aesthetic is a lot of tundra white, along with her hair.
Yeah, it works. It
works even better. Every single time I look at the gun.
Sojourn Gold Gun with home Dallas looks so nice.
Yeah, I gotta appreciate
Junker Queen, the Hanbin skin.
The Hanbin. Yeah, no.
That reminds me. Dallas won the championship. They're supposed to get a skin. When's that gonna happen? Like, they're supposed to get a skin for winning champs.
For Summer Showdown. Gonna do that? Yeah, we'd expect a.
Well, not even Summer Showdown. Like, they won the whole season. Then, like, whenever you win the season, you get a skin.
Okay, patience, my dear Dallas fan. I respect that you're really looking forward to it, and you just gotta let them cook.
I want the skin, man.
You gotta let them cook. In the meantime, take your Echo skin that they're selling back to you for 150. All right, Florida Mayhem. Look,
Florida's always.
If you didn't know, this is the McDonald's team that formerly went with red on yellow. Do you want to work at McDonald's? I don't, but I would work for Florida Mayhem. They're looking great. Content creators abound, and a very smart team that they're working on this coming season. And they honestly look great, like consistently good. And
this is Dark Mode Hangzhou. Florida's Dark Mode Hangzhou.
Dark Mode Hangzhou. I gotta respect the extra baby blue that they would even boldly put onto what should have just been black and pink. The blue is.
Well, I mean, like the black, pink, and blue is like a vaporwave thing, so I think that's what it came from.
Yeah, but it could have been yellow to bring it back in.
I don't know. I don't know about that. Oh my, that's a lot of pink. That is a lot of pink.
Oh my, what about the pink on the Tracer? No, it's all black.
Oh, it's boring.
But they put a little bit of.
It's better.
Here. Yeah.
That looks like one of my GTA cars.
Tracer being a GTA car. This also looks like a toy gun that you'd bring Nerf.
It looks like a super soaker. Yeah, it looks like a water pistol.
When we're gonna get a Nerf?
I mean, that's how much damage it does in game. So.
Yeah, I would get a Nerf skin.
Pretty much just a water pistol.
If we go get One Punch Man Saitama, I would get Nerf Pro Esports Sniper Widowmaker, where she
Well, I
just
mean,
carries a
there's actual
proper Nerf
Overwatch
gun.
Nerf guns a while back. Like, there's a Diva pistol. There's like a Reaper gun, just Tracer gun. I think there's.
Yeah, so there is a connection, a relationship there.
There is a Nerf connection that can be made.
I can't wait to see someone playing the Florida Mayhem.
Someone Winton.
Someone.
Yeah.
Who's this someone? Yeah, someone. Winton someone.
45-degree angle on that logo again.
Yeah. Look at that home color. Oh, that's sending me to
a lot of these skins have like a lot of pink, and then there's the ones that just have a lot of black. Then like all of them have like 0 blue.
Would you say this is a lot of pink?
Okay. Yeah, it's got all over the legs.
I have a Florida Mayhem skin. I probably wouldn't get it for May again, but it looks great. Lots of pink. And was there one that has lots of blue? This one has a little more blue.
Yeah.
Oh, and what about her? Yeah, that's all blackish.
What does Lucio look like with his pool noodles?
Pool noodle Lucio? Yeah, that's all pink.
That's Jesus.
Strap in, because you're not playing music in the dark. You're playing it to pop out at night. Yes. And a good gun trim as well.
I wish
Not
they'd
a lot
play
of blue.
Lucio music at clubs.
I would listen to that. I'd pump.
Walk into a club, go beep 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 beep.
I think this is like as regular as Diva can get. It's this pink on blue.
I bet Away just looks almost identical.
It's almost identical. It's a much more consistent layout, I think. Where was Ramacha? Ramacha with the blue.
Around.
He's chilling.
Pink face.
And then you say that London Spitfire is better than Florida. What did you say, punk? Don't tell me lies.
Suffer. Just cuts it out. Just suffer. No, just suffer.
Just suffer. That needs to be a thing.
Are you a London fan? Suffer.
Put that on your soundboard. I need it. I'd want it.
Suffer.
Suffer.
I should get that. I'll get that.
Yeah, I think this one, like, this Spark's a great design. Spark and Mayhem with their pink. Really leveraged here with Sojourn. Let's go to the pink team. Hangzhou Spark.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, baby.
Cotton
Look at
candy
that
auto.
pink. You know how scary it is to have, like, a proper Reaper in the Hangzhou Spark skin? Running up at you like this?
I can't take Reaper seriously, but he's wearing that.
You cannot. Play the OA skin, it's even funnier. Because he just looks way too good in it. Like the finger gun is pointing out in the direction towards the fire.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So it's really, really smoking. And of course, if I can find one with a bigger Spark logo, not that big,
Oh,
not the logo.
boy. That's a big logo.
I mean the text. Give me the text of the gun.
I'm sure on Winston it's at a 45-degree angle. I'm sure you'll see it.
Yeah. It's shooting.
Oh, it's
no, this is
shooting at him, shooting at the sky.
See, because in the anime that's inspired by, they put it over their chest, and it's probably pointing in that general direction, maybe a little bit higher.
I remember a really long time ago where one of the teams I was on took Hangzhou's logo and edited it to look like it was the middle finger and
that's
not a
what
finger.
It looks like right now. Otherwise, it just
that's what it looks like now.
It's like a pink
But
explosion.
like they moved that finger like over like a little bit, and then it looked like a middle finger. It was so good. Funniest thing ever.
That's so good. Zarya's home skin. Ooh. Okay. I couldn't tell there's any pink on this. It's all in her hair.
Yeah, it's all in her hair and the RGB lights she got on her phone.
Yeah. What an upgrade. There we go. It's all on the gun too.
Oof.
But this time the Bang logo is now pointing
Small.
away from her. I wanted to make a
Just
careful
pointed
note.
at her, I think.
So I just got a quick heads up from Mr. Sands. He woke up from the sleep dart I it must have been a pretty lethal dose if he'd been sleeping for an extra 2 more hours.
That
Yes.
cooldown must be so long.
Do you notice that there's actually 2 arrows pointing on this logo?
Oh wait, there's another finger gun in the Spark logo.
That's why the spark
I
is
never
shaped
noticed
like a
that.
backwards Z, and you don't even.
I
pay attention to
never
that.
noticed that.
You immediately.
Why did it
noticed
take
the squared
me
spark
this long? Why did it take me so long to figure that out?
because the thumb or whatever it is, yeah, up there, and then this one is like it's you don't even see that as a thumb. I would.
I'm
argue there's
pretty
2
sure that
different spark
logo wouldn't
logos.
even be visible if you used the skin.
You remember when these new logos were being revealed with the team names, but they weren't official?
Yeah.
And we just saw this finger bang, and we're like, yeah, is he saying objection really fiercely, or is he just trying to shoot a gun out of his finger? And what is that supposed to mean? We did know that meant spark, so the spark was the actual firing.
Mm.
This is a great gun, but most importantly, Winston's gun. If I go back to that.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Gee, Gooshray gonna be
Sheesh.
dripped out with this.
The Gooshray, the Winton Riz, the Spark Riz is off the charts. Yeah, this is far more iconic than even the home skin. When you top it with the away one.
Oh
Like
wow.
this. Yeah. Look, they shoot
Wow.
burst
That's
fire.
nice.
They all look so clean on that away skin.
Nice.
I give credit to how much baby blue they try to give Soldier because he's just in it for the pink. White Spark happy.
White Spark.
It's like, come get your baby bottle. It's an area effect. It's really
I don't even know
good.
why they bother coloring that. You don't even see it. Like, you ain't looking at the floor to look at it. You slam it down on the floor because you're panicking.
Sigma with his pink mind
Oh boy.
and the golden guns, mind you. That's an extra. That's a side.
That's nice.
He continues not to wear shoes in public. That is.
He'll
a
never
cause for
wear
concern.
shoes.
What about?
He got the
his
grippers out for free.
fire? Yeah, this is just going to be pink on the outside. I don't think there'll be any blue. We don't see any on the inside. I think they did pay
Yeah.
some certain attention to detail on that inner part of it. And that's fine that they don't do it here. If it gives it that nice little texture of like being trapped in a black hole. Roadhog's away skin? No, this is the home
What?
skin. This
That's
looks a little
melody.
off, doesn't it? Like, why is this...
Yeah. Why is that all white? That's okay.
Yeah,
Wait,
the
what?
away skin.
Wait. Why does that look better? Why does the away one look like home, and then why does the home one look like away?
Home? No, yeah, this is the away skin, right? This is the home
Yeah.
skin. Home. Away. Your timing is excellent. I gotta give you credit that you always have them on the fly. Ramacha?
Victor looks good.
Yeah, this
Got
is
the blue
fine.
facing it.
And you can see the little tiny spark etching on the top of the scepter.
Yeah. I feel like it was
see
really
that.
hard to get the logos on the weapons because because especially on like Kiriko's like kunais, there's no space to work with on that.
There is actually no space at all. It's almost like an afterthought to even put a name on it. Look, there it is. But I think once we transform him, then we start terraforming a new logo of the spark somewhere.
They're on each of
There's
his
the name.
shoulders? Question mark.
Hey, which way to the museum? It's to the right.
That way.
Thank you. Your blinkers are awesome, by the way. Nice suit.
Blinkers.
There's no spark like named.
There's
logo here.
some on the front. And there's logos on the front. There's no name though.
I'm not looking. I am looking for a name. It was all on here. That's how much real estate
it's
Ramacha
all
was willing to
there.
afford. You know, he's kind of a supreme, overlord. So I guess you can kind of not need the.
Yeah, he can kind of just send his Omnic army to just raid a house. He doesn't really need real estate.
Yeah. So I think
Like a
overall,
house.
it's really cool to see like a minimal branded Overwatch hero
Yeah.
skin because he's a bad guy. Look what we did to this bad guy. We almost gave him spark on both sides. Well, we give it
Almost.
one. Give it to Overwatch for keeping some of the original design and bringing it over to the new one in terms of the placements, or at least just adjusting it. Yeah,
Like, they make it obvious that it's a League skin, but like at the same time, it's like not like it's not entirely intended to be because of the colors. Like they make it look like a expansion. Okay, that looks weird.
that does.
No,
That's
like,
really weird. Like, what am I actually looking at? It is meant to be a spear of death.
Why?
Right? You ram it into somebody.
Why is it green? Why'd they make it green?
I mean, this looks fine without the
looks a bit better.
This is what it's going off, though.
On the Forest Spirit Orisa skin, they changed the spear to just be like a branch. It's like a stick.
A twig. Mora hasn't got much attention because I think it's fine. People said that it looks exactly like a legendary skin that they sold in the shop. And that's true. It's just priced from a little differently from what people expected. The Mime skin?
Oh, yeah. That was literally just default with a hat.
Yeah, Zegnaji. Gotta represent. Is it... Yeah, where we go. Overwatch 2 from Overwatch 1. Overwatch 2. Go from unowned. Mime.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's default with a hat.
So this is what it feels like to have an Overwatch League skin for Overwatch 2. See? It's like an uncanny comparison.
It is nearly identical. That is so bad. That's awful, actually.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's something that they can learn for next time, if there is such a thing. Maybe they do rework the core Overwatch 2 skins, but I think they've got that down pat. Back to our little adventure. Let's go to Houston. Oh. Why does it start with Roadhog?
Why is Roadhog at the top? Yeah.
Beats me. Did I do something? Did I do something?
No, you didn't, because on other teams it's normal.
You saying that Houston Outlaws is not normal? Like as if that's a that's a surprise?
Houston as a city isn't normal, bro.
And this is coming from someone from Dallas, am I right?
I'm not even from Dallas. I just like Dallas. I'm closer to Houston, but I just don't like Houston.
Gotcha. Curious though, a Lucio? Ooh, pool noodles. Not quite hitting the mark.
Not the same. Yeah, it's not the same. It's close.
I gotta respect though that at least this design doesn't look like a contender skin.
I would buy Houston Outlaws skin before I even think about watching one of their games.
That is full on. A green
They had to buy our tank to have a chance.
Lime green May. Ramatra. Away skin. Home. Away. And home.
I'm not gonna lie, I fully expected Houston and Ramatra to just look like the Hulk.
They could have. Maybe that's
easily could have.
That's the Marvel. That's the Marvel collab for
you. Marvel collab. They make Ramatra the Hulk.
And then you have Tracer as the Wasp.
And Soldier as Iron Man, or would Farah be Iron Man? I don't know.
Farah be Iron Man would be great.
Farah would probably be Iron Man.
With the idea of the Genos skin, why not put it on Sojourn?
That's true. You can do that.
Yeah, if you're gonna give him like a non-standard weapon that doesn't directly link to anime, that would be pretty sick to turn into something more powerful than his usual two hands of.
We need more Sojourn skins as it stands. She doesn't she has gotten one shop legendary and it sucks balls.
It really does. A new hero syndrome is like that because there's only so many that they'll.
Well, that's not true because Kiriko and Joker Queen have gotten mythic skins. They've both gotten mythic skins. Kiriko's gotten like five different shop skins in the past like 2 months. She has so many skins.
54.
Well, that's also counting all the league skins.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? If you exclude the league skins. 8's quite a lot.
Count Overwatch 2 as can you count Overwatch 2 as one of her skins?
Do I have Overwatch 2 as one of
Oh
your
wait,
picks?
there's the bottom. There's the rare ones as well.
Yeah,
Let's
just
see, one,
the
two.
common ones that you should definitely unlock if you love that color a lot. Blue. I want to call this purple, but if you look at purple would probably be.
You could just buy League skins if you want this kind of color, though. Like
you could.
Like, well, at least for that yellow one, like that'd be old Valiant, but that's out the window.
So let's look at that purple one that we're talking about, huh? The little purple accent, the LA Gladiators. Ooh, yeah. Not what
It
I
looks
expected.
better on Ana, but there's some characters where it's just, Genji. Genji's a perfect example, actually.
Yeah. Welcome, Sans. How are you?
Hey.
Hello, my friend.
Oh.
Did you manage to get your coffee?
No coffee. That's not my cup of tea. But neither is tea. I'm just drinking orange juice.
Awesome. We're just going through the LA Gladiators. We've just passed. We did a fly through of a couple other teams, mostly talking about their skins. So, from that angle, how do you rate the purple team with pink?
Oh,
they added. Look at Genji. Just look at Genji. Genji's the worst example of all of it.
Let's do one by one because this is how I want to build up to Genji. So,
fair enough.
I like that the asymmetrical design is now so much more detailed. Maybe it's a little unnecessary. Like, I'm not entirely sure if that's a function.
Some of the skins, like some of the skins work for Glads, and then some of them are just absolutely terrible and shouldn't be in the game.
Cassidy.
I've seen the Cassidy. That's what I saw.
Okay, nah, he's a gay stripper.
Oh, dear Lord. What have we here?
Oh, that's crazy.
You didn't change. Doomfist. Yeah, look, see, this looks great. I think when you think about historically what Doomfist is going for, he's very tribal, like I saw with Chengdu Hunters. That worked. And then with this kind of why he's drinking on the Herbalife on charge.
I don't know, the actual skin is good, it's just the colours. Like, if you were to...
Yeah, the Overwatch 2 models are good, it's just the fact that they added pink.
Yeah, pink, and they made the purple brighter.
And
it's a different purple. Like that is a different Echo skin. It still looks terrible in my opinion.
Yes, let's do a quick get back and forth.
Yeah, the purple's a lot darker on Echo than that.
Echo has 102 skins, most of those being Overwatch League skins.
Most of them are League skins.
So just to be clear, she doesn't have that many that you have to get.
Please
clear. Keep your wallet safe when you see that list. These are no longer available. They've been retired. So there's no chance that you'll be able to come back to them ever again unless they unvault them. But they've never unvaulted old Overwatch League skins. They're just out of date. They actually do have physics that's not kept up to date with Overwatch 2. So that's why when I look at... Let's start from Atlanta Rain. Atlanta Rain home. Boston Uprising away. Boston Uprising away.
Whoa.
Chengdu.
Is there supposed to be any differences I'm seeing?
Yeah, there's not many. Some teams have differences, and other ones don't.
Dallas feel away.
It looks a little more obvious on the away skins, but on the home skins, it's almost entirely impossible to check.
Yep.
That one's a little more obvious.
Yeah, it looks different. The away ones look different than what they did last year. However, the home ones are the exact same almost on most teams.
Yep, I'm seeing some slight tweaks between Dallas, but none from Florida.
Yeah.
If I look at Hangzhou Spark, can you even tell the difference between what if both of them had
one of them
home game, one away game. You can tell the difference, but both away skins.
Oh yeah.
Hangzhou versus Florida would be a mess to try to figure out. One of them would literally have to be away.
There's their baby blue. That saves it, though. They both have the blue, but they don't put it on Florida.
Yeah.
That's why Spark is just built different.
See, Gladiators...
#Spark the world.
This is the original black and purple. That was a reliable, honest color.
See, that was good. And then the home one, look. See, that looks decent. But now they've just fumbled the bag completely, dropped it on the ground, upside down. All the money's blowing away in the wind. It's all gone.
It's meant to appeal to a younger crowd, and younger crowds they like brighter colors. That's the only.
To the new players who scroll TikTok all day. Is that who this appeals to?
Yes, you're not appealing to the TikTokers. I need TikTokers to embrace the skin. If they don't,
man,
they should change it. But we're not hearing you.
Listen, Kenobi, I don't even think that a clip of Subway Surfers gameplay is going to save for Gladiator skins.
Neither will it save LA Valiant, who've lost a
The
lot of money.
Subway Surfers cannot save the Gladiators.
Oh dear. You really bring the Subway Surfers, bring them down.
Breaking Bad clips cannot save the LA Gladiators from this massive bag fumble.
Alright, now
Goddamn right.
I've assembled my squad to talk about both the team itself and the skins for the New
Does that
York
mean I have to pull up
Excelsior.
Wikipedia now?
If you do need to, I do say so. Look,
I'm going to.
Because what do we have at the moment?
Oh.
The rumors, and still
What are we
only
currently
rumors.
looking at?
Haley
Oh.
has been rumored to be on the New York Excelsior roster. This is after
I
there were
have-
2 generations or 3 generations of players that were all Korean for a New York team. But now they want to
Yeah.
go into a more mixed roster, but mostly focusing on building out NA talent. What are your thoughts
Yeah.
about that?
Most players that have been offered from New York to like go on there for their mixed for their marginalized gender type roster that they're going for, a lot of the players have just straight up said no because it could be career ruining for that. You can't really because if you don't do well, you pretty much can't show your face in competitive Overwatch ever again. More than half of the 0-40 Dragons don't even play Overwatch anymore.
Well, I mean, Fearless is still going strong.
Well, yeah, Fearless is still going, but
Dia was
one
going
guy.
strong last season.
DM just came back.
No, not DM. I meant no. DM
Dia.
wasn't even a part of the 0 and
Oh,
40
yeah,
squad.
yeah.
Dia.
No, what team was he? LA, right?
Valiant.
Valiant?
He was on the
Right,
Valiant
yeah.
last season, and he got the team's and the franchise's first win, and the most iconic fashion possible on the Chinese stream, where they did a winning interview from the LA Dailies with Dia to sit down, Chinese to Chinese broadcast to Chinese pro player. This is the success that you needed, and they actually got another 2-3 more wins that season, if I'm not mistaken. 3 wins? 2 wins, I definitely remember.
No, they got more. I swear it was I
Across
think
the entire
they went.
21,
I think they got
24 season.
I think they got at least 6 wins because I know they beat Fusion twice and they beat Chengdu twice
They
and they
beat
got an
Guangzhou.
upset on the Spark.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
so
they
that
beat
was
Grudge.
almost like a
That's
whole
6.
6. Okay, and so revelations about that I'll come back to in a moment because that also is completely different kind of drama to what Nixel has gone through. Do they have a team
Yeah.
or not? I'm pretty sure they've locked one down. It's just who's
I'm
involved.
sure they have. They just haven't announced it yet.
I've been told some rumors that I'm supposed to keep confidential, but
It's valid.
League
I'm not
Mafia has
gonna-
been breathing down your neck, have they?
no. It's not Leak Mafia. He's more reliable, I can assure you. But I'm not gonna expose their name, so
Okay.
it's still confidential. And I'd also like to tell you to take it with a pinch of salt because, like I say, all leaks can be shit in hindsight.
It can also just fall through.
Yeah,
Deals
I
can just
mean,
fall through
We've
last
seen it
minute.
happen before, yes.
That is true.
Crystal
It's
going to
it's not
boss
Halo,
crazy. Okay.
and
Also,
even Halo gets shit wrong sometimes. Remember when he was 100% confident in Muse going to the Mayhem?
Yeah, this
in
off season he's
2021.
kind of gone down like a 5%.
yeah, he's kind of stopped.
That reputation
Yeah.
only tanks because there's so many rumors he has to keep, in control. Gerald, go
What
away. I'm
Appear
not-
offline quick.
Or Gerald.
For Gerald. He just wants
Endorsement
to know
level
how it
4. What the? What is that?
I have a lot of endorsement level 5 friends. So they've now been nerfed down because of Overwatch 2 to level 4-star.
Jesus.
Level 4
Sure.
endorsement gets you 4,000 battle pass experience. For those of you who've never reached
That's a
past
lot.
3, 4, and 5, you will
They ain't
only
got
get
past
extra
2.
4,000. If you're not passing 2, what are you playing? Oh, is it the competitive
DPS.
one? Yeah, that's exactly
Right.
why I wouldn't see any
Happens when you
endorsements
play
come through you.
DPS. You don't get endorsed despite
love.
all your efforts.
You guys don't get enough love for what you have to suffer.
So true.
Having to shoot at tanks, having to deal with wrecking
Also-
balls in your face.
I'd like to point out that all of the teams need to have a minimum of 5 players signed to their team by the 13th of March, which is Monday. Or
Well,
here.
they need to
Like
have
they need
the
to have
minimum
it done like very soon.
Yeah,
And there's
they
a
need
lot
to-
of teams that are completely empty or just have one player. Dynasty.
That's okay. You know,
Damn, don't
if,
call them out like that.
if it was possible that there might be a team that I know of that's short a player, you could just put them onto support. You could even put them onto tank and see how you go with that.
You could even you could just put them on the tank
Yeah,
or something.
just
you
don't
know?
make it the accountant or the finance guy. HR is probably not going to be too great on anything but your supports, but at least they can play for your team because they are still part of the org. And so
Let's see.
with that
Teams
said,
are still empty.
what
Yeah.
we have is no
Remember when-
players. What can we review
Remember
about
when I
this
was
team?
leaking New York?
Go on.
Okay. Take all of this with a pinch of salt, but like,
Okay.
I think everyone knows that like the supposed starting 6 is like Fitz, Shockwave, Psycho, Kellen, Lep, and Creative. But
That is definitely a roster.
That's a roster. That is
apparently
fine.
the only
That is a roster that could be built.
yeah. I mean, I think that could be above bottom 3 NA. Personally, I don't know about you guys.
Almost above the bare minimum. That could be above Vegas.
Probably above whatever Valley.
Literally, an owl team lost in the World Cup. That is so funny.
That is quite humorous, but at the same
Vegas
time,
did like they signed up for World Cup like as their team, like as Vegas Eternal, and then they just got rolled almost immediately by Sam Nito. But
Yeah, I watched that. It was crazy.
so funny.
Dude, what can I say? Clone Man diff.
Oh, man.
Clone Man.
I also did World Cup,
I
so
love
I'm
the
I'm
idea
gonna
of
get all
Clone
those.
Man, though, just
those
on its
cards.
own. Clone Man Excelsior.
Clone Man is a Clone Man.
Yeah, but like, apparently it's supposed to be Kellen that's like the main tank, but
Are you
A
sure
lot
this
of the
isn't
stuff
rumors from
work.
2021?
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Kellen
No,
was
it's-
there
When I hear
before,
Kellen,
right?
that's where
He
I think
was.
of. He was, and
But-
could still very well
I mean,
be kept on. to
Isn't it on the
Excelsior.
team last year and got
he's
dropped?
he's supposed to be coming back. You know, in the same
Okay,
way that
interesting.
in the same way Prophet came back for Soul or fucking Fixer came back to Infernal.
Or Fleta came back to the Dragons.
All right,
Yeah,
that's
That's
enough of
okay.
that. Let's
Okay,
actually
enough.
bring this up now.
But-
What is the
but, like-
Dragons? We've got a team, but if you want to finish up
I-
anything on Excelsior, please.
Yeah, I
mean-
am finishing up because like
Alright.
apparently that whole roster is up in the air and the only confirmed pieces are like Fitz and Shockwave, which are 2 pretty good pieces for a team that's supposed to be like in the bottom. You know,
Fitz's
but like
Ash is pretty insane, and we saw some Sojourn, right, from Fitz?
Yeah.
yeah, but
I think having the, like,
apparently-
English/Korean roster is going to be pretty difficult for them, though. Like, unless the Korean players learn English.
No, they'll
Like,
have
if
some functional English. I had this interview with Hydron when he was joining the Florida Mayhem and getting to know someone. Ha 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 ha.
Hmm.
Good pun. It was
Good
that
one.
kind of conversion from Overwatch English and then their day-to-day lives where they won't have the same confident English to get by. But that's why they help each other out, and that's what starts a team
Yeah.
bonding experience real
So
quick.
they have the English to make call-outs, but not to have a conversation, pretty much, is what I'm hearing.
Exactly that. So
Pretty much.
they'll be able to look out for each other if they're
Makes
in an
sense.
environment in the org to do that, because I would think that head coach Depe, formerly on the Vancouver Titans, wasn't really in a great spot to do his best work. But he did make an impact because he has the fundamentals to do good coaching, even if the environment around him wasn't perfect. Never is. You always just work with what you got. New York Excelsior, Sojourn. If you're not getting the skin, what the heck, man? This is so free. In terms
I'm
of great
kind of
design
glad they
choices.
got rid of the red in their skins as well.
This is where I can see it just looks like she's gone out for a swim. I don't know what it looks like. She was,
Whipping out the scuba gear.
yeah, she probably won't be able to survive on any water maps, right? There was a water map that was developed by the community, but I certainly hope that becomes a real thing. We get an actual community-made map based off of YouTube and Twitch suggestions from the Overwatch map design team.
I think it'd be funny if there's an underwater map. All of the Omnics can't be played because they'll short out if they're underwater.
The most water that we've seen that they can survive is ankle deep water on
puddles pretty much.
Yeah, puddles across some maps. Was there any particular skin you wanted me to show off from New York? To wrap
Hear
up?
me out for maximum humor. Like, just hear me out on this idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Workshop Island as a control map.
The whole island is the control point. Nothing
Well,
else.
not the whole island.
My
but,
brother in
like,
Christ, where is
we've
the
got the
point?
center.
Everywhere.
the center.
No, what if they made a really cursed squares? You know how that's checkered? Those individual squares, the control points. So if you want to contest, you have to knock them off.
Or what? No, not Workshop Island, but Workshop Expanse. What if that was a control map?
So how big are you gonna make the control point there? No walls, no barriers. Everyone
20
will die before they
meters.
can make it. It's just bad design. That would just be absolutely insane.
20 by 20 of those squares.
Yes,
floor.
absolutely.
Oh,
I'm gonna be
gosh.
sucking it dry.
I'm still not done leaking New York.
You still aren't?
There's more?
Yeah,
How is there
because-
more?
All right, so Fitz
Because
and
apparently
Kellen stood out.
Fitz and Shockwave.
Oh,
Kellen
Shockwave.
is like Kellen and Psycho are a little bit up in the air. I think they're still holding some trials, and like
Makes sense.
they are the most likely names. But there's also the chance that we see someone different or better. I don't know. It's very possible. The support line is also up in the air as well, because like the way that I said Lep and Creative is like sort of a North American, South
That's just
Korean.
Houston's backline from last year.
I know it is, well, except for, no Lastro. RIP. But like
That's true.
the way that I say that, there is also another South Korean, North American possibility that's up in the air. But like, this is to be taken with an even heavier pinch of salt. Okay,
Right.
because apparently, let me just make sure I'm getting the name right. Just making sure I don't accidentally say someone that's not linked to them whatsoever. Apparently, Cal from Timeless
Ooh.
is supposed to be one of the names linked with the
That
Excelsior.
is an interesting pickup. That would be interesting to see, actually. I don't know if they'd want to do that, but that sounds like an interesting pickup.
Tell me more about Cal. I've heard the name.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I pay more attention to South Korean contenders than
Don't
North
worry,
American
whip that
contenders.
Wikipedia. Hold on.
But,
I
like,
need Wikipedia,
on
though. What do you know
Wikipedia,
about the
like-
role from your experience, Neri?
Well, I know that he's supposed to be like quite a good Zen and map.
Yeah,
but,
he's
like-
a Canadian flex support. Mainly.
His team placed third in the Run It Back series of North America.
Redbirds. Freaking Redbirds got him.
Yeah, I mean Redbirds won it also. There's not.
Yeah.
I mean they took an equal amount of.
Really
maps
known for
against
Timeless and
Redbirds
Dire
than
Wolves, as those are his
Odyssey.
most recent teams.
Is this a message, by the way? Baptiste Bastion, May, Sigma,
May.
Wrecking Ball, then it becomes Ana on that list. There must be some kind of
POV, the meta in bronze.
Message that they're telling us.
POV, the meta in bronze.
The meta in bronze? No, this is open queue meta. This is the new open queue meta.
Yeah,
Bastion, Mei, Sigma, Wrecking Ball. You
right.
only ever need one support who can carry for you. You don't give them credit, so they just have one. And then Mei can burn through any tank. Sigma and Wrecking
Mei
Ball
can
are
hit
your
shit.
tank bulk that make up every single tank composition. There's always two of them in your open queue. Doesn't matter which ones.
That
They
would
can
be a
start like this.
very interesting pickup for New York, but the question is, would he actually do good in the league environment?
Well, only time will tell if they
Like, he's a decent
perform
Zen
in the group.
and
Yeah, but
areas
like
I've seen, but
he's okay. He's decent, but like better than creative. I mean, like creative last season had like his breakout season, being like one of the best.
creative looked really good last season.
In especially in the
tell me
kickoff
that
match.
Cal could be better than creative?
And his Kiriko was like what, top 3? I don't know, man. I mean, at the same time, no one thought anything about Landon when he came onto the Spitfire, and he was like solidly
he did his
league
job.
average, above
Yeah, like,
average, I'd say, on like.
He
Bappen
did
and
what he
Kiriko.
was paid to do.
Yeah, he did good.
Played
I'll
a
admit.
video game.
Exactly. Which is more than some players in the league want to do. I'm not going to throw any shade. I'm still not done leaking because I said there was a North
me
American
more.
and South Korean variant.
Keep
I'm
cooking.
Because-
sorry, North Korean variant. You're telling me that someone from North Korea is joining this team?
No, sorry, South Korea.
Just one.
No, yeah. Well,
Can't wait for
there's
that New York
two-
tweet.
well,
Welcome Kim Jong Un to our Overwatch League.
Head coach, assistant coach,
Head
general
coach
manager.
Kim Jong
owner.
World Cup North Korea.
Oh,
Only so much
Dude,
light
just
can
what-
be shed on just how much more stronger the New York Excelsior brand
Only
could
so
be.
much misinformation.
watching Kim with 5 keyboards just trying to
Wailing.
endlessly hold off Team Denmark would be hilarious.
Oh my
I want to
God.
hear these New York leaks. So I want to.
Yeah,
I want
carry
to
on.
hear more.
If
Yeah,
you're not done,
yeah, sorry,
I need them all.
Okay.
Collect them
No,
all.
I'm not done. The only other name that I know that is linked with the New York Excelsior is Sanguinar.
Oh, okay.
Sanguinar.
Bringing up some more Korean talent from contenders that we've already had.
I like
Yeah.
Sanguinar. I really like
Yeah.
Sanguinar.
I really like Sanguinar, which as an Infernal fan, it absolutely pains me to see that we let him go for Fixer. But that aside, Sanguinar would like a hypothetical support line of Sanguinar creative would probably be above average.
That would
In
go
the
really
league.
hard, actually. I think.
Yeah, and then like you've got Kellen, who to me still has potential. Kellen last season is a little bit like Mag. Like you can't really.
It's hard to get a read on him. I think.
Yeah, you can't blame him individually for his performance last season. When
I mean, he was on New York. You can't. There's not much you can do about that.
when
you're
for
on New
half
York,
the
you're gonna
entire
screw.
season he had a Myeongbong Gangnam Jin main support line. Which is like no offense to those guys individually, but that was arguably the worst backline in the entire league last season. I don't think that's a particularly hot take.
I mean, it's a pretty bad backline, but is it the worst in the league that last year?
I mean,
Let's see.
when you think about it, like when you actually look at the gameplay individually and then compare it to like I don't know, Massa Sky Ripper, those that can be like comparable at that level, yeah, I'd say it is. Quite easily, like. Well, at least on a traditional main support, flex support composition. When you're in like double flex support, then there's definitely not that argument because Gangnam Jin is at least average. but like his main support was like, I would argue that he was like the worst starting main support in the league until Ansun J came in, and then he was just one of the worst main supports. You know, I don't want this to sound like I'm slandering Ansun J, but like, because he was like solidly average. I'm just still talking about Gangnam Jin when talking about his main support skill, because he was built to be a flex support.
Yeah, I know him best for his Baptiste, right? Gangnam Jim is alright on Ana too. In fact, I would rate him highly on his
He's
Ana.
good in Florida.
If you had the chance, if the meta actually let him.
Yeah, I rated him quite highly before he was killed off on the New York Excelsior.
Yeah, like a lot of the players that make it into the league, like, and they look bad. It's not because they're bad. It's just like they get bad teams. Like they'll get New York or LA Valley.
Yeah. Like
Paris.
one role in particular, like main support, is so hard to stand out on when your team sucks. So like people automatically assume that because
like
your
main
team
support
sucks,
is like the least useful, almost. Like
exactly.
Like if you're just running around as Lucio, your entire job is to press E every 16 seconds.
That's true. Yeah, and to like correctly time your sound barriers and like.
That's not. Yeah, you don't feel good when you hit a massive sound barrier. Like you don't get the same feeling as a massive sound barrier as you do like a good window, like a trance. It's different.
I can agree to disagree with that.
Main support is just kind of a boring role in my opinion.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that. At least compared to the other roles in the game, I enjoy playing as Lucio and Brig personally, but that's just because I like
they
playing
can
them
be
with
enjoyable. It's just that
hyper-aggressive
comparatively, they're the boring.
Yeah, but that rumored roster of New York.
It's definitely a roster.
Yeah, give Kellen another chance. And give Shockwave another chance. Like, ignore his season on the Titans. Psycho, I'm a little more skeptical about, I will admit.
Psycho, I think, is a good player. He just got screwed over with Titans.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. I'm just thinking about the general. I think this is Psycho's last chance because he got screwed over by Titans. Yeah, he did dominate European contenders, but that's just European contenders.
He might just be a contenders player forever.
Yeah, I think that with this team that he's surrounded by, if he still performs quote unquote badly in comparison to the other leagues. Yeah, sorry, I need to say mid. So I'm sounding polite. If he performs midly this season, then with this kind of team built almost essentially built around him, then I don't know if there's any redemption from that. Because he had the excuse. Exactly, he had the excuse of being on the Titans last season. Now he doesn't have that excuse. This team that's rumored, as long as you've got one of the Korean supports coming in, that should to me
that should be more than enough.
It should be above bottom 3 NA, and if it's not, then
saying a lot,
it's another rebuild time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think they really did fumble the bag when the rebuilds happened mid-season. You're adding a lot of DPS instead of the supports, which you were lacking. When you did get the supports, you've suddenly seen progress, but nothing enough to say you could qualify for a single tournament. This New York Excelsior team last year really can step it up very easily just by not doing worse than the bare minimum.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right.
Pick a team, any team.
Move on to the next team.
I really want to talk about Shanghai.
Yes, I'm ready for Shanghai display of humility and a little bit of embarrassment right now because, yes, I think the team restructuring was the original intention, but I don't think anyone saw this coming.
I thought we were going to talk about the I thought we were only going to talk about the teams that had fully formed rosters of 6, but like,
Well, they've got 5.
I can
That's
make an
the really
exception.
big part about
They
this.
they have rumors.
I can make an exception, yeah.
There's rumors of I don't remember exactly. Like they're gonna get Bebe as a coach, Fate as a second tank, and then I think it's like I don't remember who else they were gonna get as support. Yeah, Jinmu as well. And then I think they were getting another support, but I could be wrong.
I don't think they were.
Yes, Jinmu.
Jinmu.
Yeah, the DPS line is supposed to be the flipping Hisu Viper Jinmu, which I don't think is horrible.
No, I think that would be the sixth
terrible.
man that you could probably pull out of nowhere because you got
Jinmu is your secret weapon for when a Pharah meta comes through.
And there's always going to be a Pharah meta if Jinmu's on your team.
The Jinmu meta.
Yeah, it's the Jinmu finesse. He will make sure that you feel like an idiot not being prepared for the Pharah rocket barrage. I've been diffed by by Jinmu in the past when he was in America and they were inviting people on Discord to play with the Chengdu Hunters. Yeah, this guy is insane, and the fact that he's kept up after all these years shows that he's got a good mental for this entire game. He will never drop his one trick or whatever you want to call it because he could play all the other DPS at a fairly good level, but his Pharah on control is one that you should always be on the watch for every single time.
Yeah.
I think Shanghai really need to secure Fate because Fleta on tank could be a disaster. On top of that, their other DPS, Viper, is only known for his Genji. And if Genji sucks, and he does, Genji's very bad right now.
Apparently, Viper's also got a good tracer from what I've seen on his streams.
That's
You're going
good.
to pick him
well, then you have your
Sojourn,
dedicated tracer player.
Sojourn is as busted as everyone says it is, and they played nothing but Sojourn for majority of the season last year. We're going to get some Sojourn as the first half.
Sure. Yeah. So,
I mean, don't get me wrong, Hisu's pretty good, at least on Sojourn.
You're fine. In terms of his skin, you're chilling. You have Hisu. I'm just more concerned with the flex DPS role. Because if for whatever reason Jinmu falls through, and your only option for flex DPS is pretty much just a Genji Tracer player, what are you going to do if there's like an actual flyer meta? You have Flood on your team, but you have him assigned a tank.
I'm here to make sure that you guys regret dissing Fleta on main tank because on my perspective,
I don't want to diss him.
Fleta Winston is gonna be so weird.
Nice and activity, Kenobi.
How'd you do that? How'd you get kicked for inactivity? You're in the menu.
I'm on the podcast, and right now I think it's time to talk about some esports all of a sudden.
Oh, Christ.
No, we're not doing that break yet. No, it's too early for that. Way too early for that.
Oh.
But I do want to talk about that season break. Let's take a look at... I don't think the rosters are even up to date. So if I look at the teams, if you go to Shanghai Dragons...
Shanghai's
your stream closed, just so you know.
Yes, it did.
Real quick, what part of the stream's missing?
All of it?
All of it. Because
not the YouTube, the Discord.
Right.
Yeah. There we go.
That's okay. That's all I was doing, just transitioning here. Who's on
right.
this roster again? Does it actually show?
I don't know. Is it even gonna...
Can I give a really hot take? Can I give one of the hottest takes possible, and I don't think anyone is going to like it?
Go on.
I have more faith in Fleta's tank than I do in Fate.
That is a very interesting thing that you've spat out. That's very interesting.
I'm not going that far, but dang, if you can stick to that.
It's not because I have any faith in Fleta, it's just because I think Fate was absolute hot garbage last season.
Let's see. Was Fate their only tank? No, they had Void as well.
No, they had Void.
Yeah. Void was in for the majority of the season because the majority of the season fit what he played. There were two total main tank metas. There was playoffs, and then there was the early. I think it was stage 2.
No, Kickoff Clash was a cross
What's it mean?
between like Winston and Zarya. So
Oh yeah, that's right.
there was 3 metas where main tank could be played, and what a coincidence! The Shanghai Dragons win their only title in the tournament where Void is playing 100% of the time. Only dropping 3 maps in the process, might I add.
They couldn't
And
trust
it's also the tournament that, like, Who Are You gets to be on the starting position as well, benching Flutter.
So you have to add to that, whatever Fate's shotgun leadership has been over the years, it's not that it's gotten worse, it just falters. On top of the fact
mechanically and game sense wise, from what I've seen, he just wasn't good. Like, the drop off was absolutely insane, and like
I saw the drop off for sure. I didn't know how deep it was.
I mean, when you're making Bellasaria Winston look plausible and serviceable, that's when you've got a bit of a problem, in my opinion. Like something he should have done in like mid-season madness, it was play a little more ball instead of just sticking to old reliable Winston. I think that could have probably benefited them. Would they have beaten Reyna? I just don't know. I can't. I'm going to be real with you. I just don't know. But you know, like, just the main pieces of that team, like he literally had like Lip, Lee J Gun, and Izayaki on his team. You know, any player with Lip, Lee J Gun, and Izayaki on his team, with sometimes Who Are You subbing in for like
Genji pretty much, just Genji.
Just Genji.
Yeah,
wild.
He played like 3 maps
of
Genji.
League. It really is to see it done twice in 2 seasons. One significantly better than the other one because it was under a lot of pressure on New Excelsior.
Yeah,
it's kind of wild.
I think when you've got that team around you and you're still looking noticeably below average, you know, I think that's when you've got a bit of a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, granted, I do think that the whole of the Shanghai Dragons roster didn't adjust to Overwatch 2 that well. But, like, you know, it's just like Fate and Flutter, man. They just didn't look, like, great. Like, they were, like, C tier. Like, at least in comparison to, like, the other players in the league that were sort of doing the job better than them. And, like, it sort of hurt to see because, like, those were 2 players that were, like, insanely high caliber last season. Like, what, they were at least, like, top 3 in the last season. And then they have this, like, gargantuan drop-off. I think it's one of the biggest drop-offs of talent in the entire Overwatch League. And it was just crazy. You know, so with Fate performing that, sorry, I need to say midly, to be polite, on what was supposed to be a super team, I don't have any confidence in him being surrounded by Gangnam Jin main support and DM, you know? As well as, downgrading from gaming god Lip to just gaming mortal Hisu. Still a gamer, just not Lip.
Hisu's a good player, and I think he hard carried a lot of Toronto last year. Like, Toronto would not have looked nearly as good as they did without Hisu.
I could disagree with that. I think you could get like any, like, average to above average hit scan, and Toronto would have looked the same. You're
saying you put me on Toronto, and all of a sudden, and then
in Overwatch League standards, like, I think if you were to get somebody like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a hit scan comparable to Hisu. Yeah, I think if you were to get somebody like
came back and joined Toronto,
Edison
comes to mind,
or I don't know, like Edison or Merit. Hell, maybe even Kilo, who probably would have been a bit of a downgrade. You know, I still think that
Hilo is a
Toronto's
downgrade in my opinion. In that
oh no, that's just not your opinion. That's not just your opinion. It's just a fact. But like, Toronto's biggest strength was like easily their backline. Like, I think people like forget just how good Choron and Twilight really were. But particularly Choron, like. There's some people in like
Choron's
Overwatch
a
League.
nerd with it. He's really good.
There's some people in like Overwatch League discords that like have full-fledged arguments that Choron was not a top 5 main support last season, trying to come up with the argument that flipping Violet was a better Lucio. Like Violet Lucio was good given the circumstances. But not top 5. Like that's just being a nutcase. Like all that's doing is looking at the scoreboard for like where teams placed in the league and ranking the main supports based off that. Like it's hard to actually find like some sort of like armchair analyst or even real analysts that can appropriately judge the talent of main support players. Like, we live in a world where people still think Fixer is above bottom 3, you know? That just really shows, like, how people's judgment on main support, and there's still people that underrate Lengsa and Faith, just because they couldn't carry, like, bottom tier teams like the Valiant and Uprising.
Right.
So, you know, like, that just... It just shows that like not really a lot of people can appropriately judge a main support's talent in that regard. If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Right.
just remind me who is playing main support?
For which team?
Shanghai?
The Dragons?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus
It's not
Christ,
clear
it's
enough to
Gangnam.
me as someone looking at it from the outside.
DM is supposed to be the flex support. So that's going to leave Gangnam Jin on main
that means
support.
Gangnam Jin is yeah.
I just dread looking at this guy and have Gangnam Jin's name on Dragons as well.
Yeah. So because like DM was a flex or not a flex, he's a DPS player, which like the transition for that is like DPS player to flex support because I mean Teru did it.
For all that,
So I guess DM's gonna do it now too.
Support. He's got
So now we're just gonna have Gangnam Jin Lucio.
They're not going to. You and I both know it.
I didn't want the Dragons.
No one does. I don't want to see Fleta Winston. I don't want to see Fleta Reinhardt, but we're gonna see it anyway.
And I think, arguably, if Dante can make that transition, all Fleta's trying to do is copy Dante, and we know how that happened with Yu Kong on Winston.
That reminds me of an interaction I saw earlier with Reinforce and Dante. Let me find this. There it is. So Dante quote retweeted Fleta's like tank thing. He said, "Inspiring DPS player to swap to the easier roles across all region." Reinforce replied with, "I mean, at least Fleta could have been a starting DPS player in the league." Basically, what he's saying is Fleta could still be good, be a good starter DPS, and Dante just went to tank because he sucks at DPS.
Ooh. I mean, look, keep in mind that's coming from Reinforce, who played Pharaoh during his peak Apex days.
I thought it was a tank player.
When we saw some Pharaoh play on top of his main tank play.
Interesting.
So yeah, I feel like that flexibility that you see in Hotba, where's Hotba going? Probably to a good spot, good home. He'll be able to be once again a dominant king for his teammates. Will he be able to step up again?
Oh wait, Dante replied. Dante replied to what Reinforce said.
Can you send me the link?
Dante replied to what Reinforce said. Yeah, I'll send you the link to like the whole thread, I guess.
Please do.
If it shows it, yeah, it does. Perfect.
Ain't it?
This is. I'll put it in discussion topics because it's literally a discussion topic.
Champion.
So. The whole thread should be there. Reinforce and it's right there actually.
Yeah. Mommy and Daddy. No, that's the wrong page.
Dude, why is Reinforce like trying to claim that Fleta was a good starting DPS last season? Like that, I don't
I mean,
understand.
the bro got MVP earlier.
On the
I ain't
easier
seen
route.
Dante get MVP yet.
Yeah, he did get MVP, but like, what? So did Jonak, and he's not in the league anymore.
My brother in Christ,
Very
he
sad to see.
retired. He was supposed to go
Oh.
on Soul, but he's just like, nah, I ain't feeling it no more, and then just dipped. He's gone.
Yeah.
We have
I
no
have
word
more
from him.
I have more faith on Fleda Tank than I do on Fleda DPS this season, because Fleda DPS was just getting gapped by everyone. Zest gapped, Prophet gapped, Alpha Yi flipping Choice one. Yeah, he may have won some of those matches, but it was still a gap. Stuff was wild.
What do you think happened to
To
Jonah?
see his drop off that
Like,
far.
where did he go?
He buried
I
himself, his head in the sand with the Soul Dynasty, which we haven't talked about yet. I'd like to swap
Yeah,
over.
I think
Yeah,
it
we
was.
can look at them.
I think he was still like streaming. I've seen him.
Soul
stream
Dynasty is
Overwatch.
literally just Prophet, and that's it.
For now.
No, it
it's
isn't.
just
It's not just Prophet. That's so disgraceful to just name it after one
No,
player.
I mean,
That's insane.
literally, the roster is just Prophet.
And Korea. Soul Korea. Soul Korea.
Oh my
No, they-
Soul
god.
Korea. Soul
They're gonna
Korea.
clone Prophet 5 times over to play every role.
Yep, the Ana,
Listen.
the Ashe, the Bap, the Brig, the Diva. We haven't seen him play Diva yet.
Prophet's gonna play all of
We've
these
seen him play
heroes.
Zarya.
The
He's gonna
Zarya
play
player.
all of these characters.
Easily the Zarya player.
Prophet's gonna play all of these characters because he's gonna get cloned 5 times. They figured out how to clone people, and they're just gonna clone Prophet.
And he's still not going to be able to play Echo or May at an above average level.
It's true.
All Zarya
I gotta
reminds
be
me
a real
of-
one.
I'm just reminded of Zumba every time I see a Zarya Dynasty skin.
Same.
Yeah, it's just you can't go back to those days. It's just different now.
And then I see Soul Ryan, and then it's Miro
I'm reminded of Marvel on Dorado.
Sigma
for
Marvel.
Ryan.
On Ryan.
No, on Zarya.
Oh, and Zarya.
Oh, yeah.
See, this
Marvel.
just looks even better. And
Yeah,
your Tracer.
Marvel
for your
Zarya just
OG Flitter fans. OG Flitter fans
Oh.
know this. This is the Neri from Spiral Cats with the cosplay for Soul Dynasty. I bet she'd do another one. Know how easy it
The
is to
good old
cosplay.
days.
Yeah, she could do that again. She could do it again. She'd do it again. Soul Dynasty also. As far as colors go, fine. I think they did solid work to transform the home skins with the gold. Moira with her gold fingernails. Just make the whole thing gold trim. And so back to the players that are going to be on the Soul roster. We don't know, do we?
No,
No.
we don't. We don't.
They
know.
haven't announced anything besides Prophet. It is all they're gonna clone Prophet.
They're already in the process of cloning Prophet because they could do half a clone and they made Fitz, but now they need to make Pro. They need to make a Pro. They need to make a Prophet with a PH. Yeah, so you look.
Prophet Plus.
No doubt, if they meme an actual all-Korean roster with like play-ons to the word Prophet or some kind of borrowing.
I'm
from the
pretty
word.
sure there's an actual like player
I don't know.
like Prophet with a PHET.
Yes, there is. That's the one I
Yeah,
remember.
there is Prof.
O2 Blast
On-
actually. He's eligible to play. He's a hit scan player. Theoretically, they could.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
possible. It is
Technically,
actually
they could.
possible for them to get another Prophet. But will they?
I don't see it happening, to be honest, because like
You think
in
anyone will pick
Korean
up this other
content-
Prophet?
to be fair, in Korean contenders, players like Probe and Alien, particularly Alien, were like just so much better, in my opinion. You know, I do think Prophet, like O2 Blast Prophet, has got
Right.
like raw potential, but like in the league right now, to just be frosted onto the Seoul Dynasty, to be playing against Hisu, Edison, Shy, and MN3, you know,
That's
like that,
true.
that's almost just
Put into the
inherently
Overwatch
setting
League
them up for failure.
into the like biggest hit scan names that are currently available.
Yeah, I think he'd be. he might be good as a player for like, I don't know, the Outlaws as like a double hit scan substitute potentially.
Yeah.
But that's
Maybe.
like all I can really think of. You know, I think you thrust him into the league as like a starter. Like that, there's very few like hit scans from Contenders Korea that I think can confidently be in the starting
hold their own in the league.
lineup. Yeah, and hold their own in the league. At least right now, there's still
Especially Overwatch 2. It's not quite polished enough that you can be the solo carry style player, but you do still have a few of them that make it out based off that alone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Alien essentially made his team, his like crumbling and dysfunctional team, competitive by being that solo carry star player. Like,
sounds like Chengdu.
Yeah,
Possibly.
I'm not gonna lie. Alien and I'd argue a Peach on T1. These last two tournaments were literally just leaving Monk on the Chengdu Hunters this entire season. So, you know, like very, very underrated players that deserve a chance after the inherent setup for failure that they received like within the last few months. You know?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
So you think anyone would pick up Alien or a Peach?
A Peach is a bit of a lesser known quality. Like
that is true.
You know, like I think people
main support moment.
Well, he's actually the flex support. Unique was the T1 main support.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Player. And that kind of set ship back to Contenders.
I can't believe he retired. I can't believe Cleston retired.
Oh, they both retired?
Cleston too?
Yeah, Cleston retired, which after my inherent stock selling of that guy for like the last 2 years, it just hurts.
It really did.
Really?
You really thought he would be able to make a run back into the Overwatch League, didn't you?
He should have. That's the thing. Like he was inherently a top 2 off tank in Korean Contenders for the past 2 years, and like he just kept getting cock blocked by the league. It hurt a lot to even see him get cock blocked by the Fusion, the organization that literally has him on. Yeah, literally has him on their academy team.
Yeah, like he's on a contract. You could just shift the contract to the Fusion. Like you could have very easily just been moved over there.
They could, but like, I mean, in season 4, like when they had the visa issues, they had like a crisp, perfect opportunity to promote him and Unique to the main team as like temporary 2-way players. But they didn't. They promoted like Hotba and Toby, which was kind of insane. I mean, like they're both like at that time both decent players, and you know Hotba is still like good now that he went through his redemption arc. But I'm just gonna be honest. Cleston was like inherently better.
Why is he on May? Why is he on DPS?
He's inherently
flexing.
He could
flex. Okay, yeah, this is. Dear God, these are not the VODs that I wanted to be shown.
Yeah, these are not the example VODs you wanted to go over.
No, I need another. Okay, I was thinking the same thing. I don't think I went too far. But I didn't go back enough to.
Yeah, you need to go to B-sides because like T1 was so dysfunctional, man. In like these past 2 tournaments, that's exactly what I was trying to say. Like, just for a bit of context, their roster used to be Alien, Neist, Ding Kong, Cleston, Unique, and a Peach. But once all that was, you know, done, like after that stage, they decided to release both Neist and Ding Kong, both of their flex DPS players, and to replace them, they decided to sign Arpen from Panthera, who is a main tank player. So they were stuck with 1 DPS, 2 tanks, and 2 supports. And instead of just doing the mentally stable action and signing another DPS, they put Cleston on flipping Tracer and Reaper, which is just crazy. I don't think I've seen like any crazier action taken by like any other team. Well, Ryu J Kong.
We don't.
Yeah,
know,
and the Shanghai Dragons, but
like
like
unknown quantity.
we don't know how that. Yeah, we have
We've seen
I
Timer
think
play
DK
Winston.
Yeah, I'm going to be completely
well
Timer
past that.
Winston. I'll be honest, but
Hydration
like
playing Monkey.
I'll be honest.
Literally, like every DPS
That
tried to
was
play
awesome.
Monkey before they actually got OGE back in the day.
Seagull went
Yeah.
to Diva. So it just depends on the player and in the scenarios that
Yeah, but,
sometimes
like,
they can flourish
Yeah.
after a bit.
What a
development.
big grab from Cleston.
Big
That is a
place
very
to
large
grab.
grab.
not.
I couldn't have
How
asked
is
for a
he
better
not?
VOD.
I'd also like to point out earlier in that VOD, they respect hitting Proud. What was his aim? I could solo Proud easily. That guy, I could win a 1v1 against Proud. That guy sucks.
You see,
I'm going to be completely honest.
They didn't look like
this is just this is just a bit of an off match from Proud. Proud is actually
Is he normally good at the game? Because what I
Yeah.
saw earlier was
Proud is normally quite
atrocious.
good.
That's just
but,
him
like,
getting rolled by Niced. Seriously, that
Flat
boy
out,
man is
he-
someone who wants to come back to the Overwatch League. He's not sticking
Yeah.
around contenders.
I was gonna say, wasn't this guy
To be honest,
into
Proud should like during this meta. Proud like should not be playing Ashe. He should be on like Sojourn or Sombra right now.
Was there any running
But he's
back
just like,
performances
it's
from
long
Proud that worth noting?
Run it back. I don't know. I didn't really.
I
I
don't
didn't
really
pay
pay attention either to any Proud gameplay.
I didn't pay much attention to Pokerface, but like when Pokerface were playing in games that I did pay attention to, you know, Proud was like one of the standouts.
Yeah, and
Like, you could argue that team was competitive because of him. So like, I don't know. Pepe's also quite good, but at the same time, like his best hero is Sigma, and like I'm not really a good judge of character on what his Diva and Zarya are like. So just take that with a
Peppy
bit of
knows that melody.
So like, I don't know. T1 is just really dysfunctional. That's what I was trying to say.
yeah, you could tell when you were staring me away from one of their biggest losses, which is that quarterfinals on their probably not their most spectacular roster, but they still managed to pull it off
Brazil.
to
Well,
lower bracket
In the,
finals.
in the quarterfinals, they lost to O2 Blast, which not really.
Everyone loses to O2 Blast. It doesn't matter who you
Everyone
are.
does.
2022, how many twos are in O2 Blast? One, because they're the one champion that you had to face, and not a single one could take them down. I think they had a
true.
golden year, not a single game lost, and virtually not more than 3 maps lost in some parts of the contenders run.
That's what having Babel on your team does for you. What the hell was Niced cooking?
What was
Why is he
Proud
on
doing?
Torb?
Torb?
Proud just refuses to play anything but
meta.
meta.
Uh,
Pro-Korean gameplay? Have we not seen this?
Proud does not want to play the meta. He would rather play Torb than play Sombra. He just like me, for real, for real.
But yeah, Proud
I'd rather play
could probably be a
Respawn
dark
than play
horse in the
Sombra.
league. Like, I could go as far as to say that, but sadly he can't because he's I think he's only 16.
Okay.
So he's still got a lot of
Let's
raw
find out.
that needs
I also
developing.
have to make one more shout out as part of this whole theory.
Oh yeah,
crafting
Proud is
who's
16.
going
He
to be
literally
on
couldn't.
this roster.
Which roster?
Soul Dynasty, still Soul
Specifically.
Dynasty.
Alright.
North America,
Oh, it's-
playoffs for Korea. You know the one. You know the team. The one that came in second.
I know what you're going for.
What?
You
You're
know.
talking
But this
about,
is definitely not the gameplay. Yes, I think O2 Plus being hot prospects has definitely taken a big bite out of the budgets of San Francisco Shock. They honestly couldn't care less because they get Junbin and he sang with that deal. Babel does sound like
Yeah.
a very high prospect for Soul Dynasty to have, a must-have.
Abel.
Babel.
He's on the Gladiators.
Yeah, I was gonna say he got signed to Glads. He can't get picked up. You got signed to Glads already.
Nah, we won't have any of those last second like ditches that they did with season 2 when they had the little scenario with Boston Uprising, and they swapped their tank player onto Shanghai Dragons as a sniper announcement. He didn't even know until it was announced on Twitter on day 1 of the Overwatch League in season 2. Do you remember the play I'm thinking of? Gamsu?
I don't. Oh!
Gamsu's in League of Legends right now, and that still is the most cursed
Dignitas,
event.
right?
Yeah. So he's doing fine there, and that's great for him. I just think some of the most iconic, like, backstabbing moments that an organization could do is to just suddenly drop him for Note, essentially. Note, and who was their main tank then? Fusions. That they're basically opting to make a mainstay, even if that meant breaking a few rules, because he was a academy player, and that's when their two-way system didn't work like they wanted, because they had used up his two-way slots. They had a bare minimum of how many games you'd play until you become a proper roster player, but they're trying to use him for cheap as a contenders player for Uprising Academy. There's little moments like this where, I don't think that's going to happen here. There's no backstabbing going on. Gladiators have got a great pick and babble. Bliss, however, that sounds like a Gen G moment. So if any opportunity to bring Sinpreza Gaming, which is former Seoul Dynasty Academy team Gen G, and Bliss as well, who will be very familiar with Seoul Dynasty, I think they should be able to pick him up too. If I'm not forgetting that he's on Dallas.
You want to do something?
I was going to say, Bliss is on Dallas now, bro.
Yeah, everyone not named Pro.
You have to understand where my brain is at now.
That's fair.
It is almost 7 in the morning for me. I think I'm in a worse position than you are.
yeah, I know that feeling for sure. Top Dragon is not on the list for Seoul.
He could be. If the Seoul Dynasty build like a triple DPS roster, I think Top Dragon
could be more on the list.
Very well be a part of it.
Top Dragon.
But then they need a hit scan. That's really what they need.
Exactly, they need a hit scan. You have your flex DPS and Prophet. Realistically, you could just get Prophet to play every role, but
where's Probe?
Unfortunately,
Remain Echo.
Probe? Did Probe get signed?
No, Probe did not get signed.
So where do you think he might have gone?
I don't know.
Seoul Dynasty, yes or no? This is the speculation that I have right here.
He is old enough, so it's old possible.
And like the Seoul Dynasty is one of the few I think they're the only team that I can think of that need to sign a Korean hit scan player. So apparently there's. Are you guys familiar with Panthera? Like,
I am.
Yeah, great metal band.
No, that's different. That's different.
Let me.
No Cowboys in hell for me then.
Let me go into Twitter.
Panthera said they were gonna do like another roster, right? I don't know when that gets announced.
They're building one into Korea this coming contender season. Oh, sorry, not
they are. Their graphic is like teasing that they have owl players, and one of them is like they have like outlines of the team that they were on.
Discussion topics.
Discussion topics.
Discussion topic.
That through.
Yeah, you can see.
I'm thinking the blue outline of the Echo. I think that's Doha.
Yeah, the speculation with the blue outline is either Doha, but like Doha wasn't really known for his Echo. He was more known for like his Sombra. So like
that's true, but it's a blue silhouette. What other Korean blue Overwatch League team?
Well,
like Echo.
Judging by that blue,
Yaki?
You know, the shade of blue.
Yaki's got signed already.
I hope
my misleading decisions. I just need that.
You and your misinformation.
Every single time. I'm not going to spread it. I promise.
Judging by the shade of blue, there's a very good chance it could be Becky from the Valiant.
It could be, but like, why would they want that?
Well, I mean, Becky was like one of the decent players on the ballot. It was a solid B tier, starter that actually made them look semi-competitive when the organization wasn't actively telling them to stop winning, so that they wouldn't be losing money as a result of it.
So we know who the orange ball is, right? That's Belos right here.
Yeah, that's definitely Mono.
And what, the orange one? The orange ball?
No, yeah, we know that's Belos Rio.
And then the Zen is probably Iris.
Yeah, that's sort of the known information. I think the orange Tracer and Kiriko is supposed to represent current Panthera players, which is Niced and Off.
Okay.
Which, pretty decent.
The red BAP and actually, is that red BAP or is that like pink?
It's sort of like a reddish tint.
Because it's not the same color as the Sojourn. The Sojourn is probably alien.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The Sojourn's alien, but
and then the BAP is probably maybe Simprissa.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe Simprissa, but I'm trying to think. I mean, when I think of main supports that also flex on, that are quite popular for flexing onto Baptiste, only two of them come into my mind, and Unique is retired, so that just leaves Sanguinar.
It's a good shot, though.
Yeah, and
that does make sense.
Yeah, I think this team would be. But if it's not Sanguinar and that shade of pink is still the same color as the T1 shade of red with Alien, then I do. I think there's a possibility that could be a peach, and that they might be moving off onto main support, which would make sense because off is decent.
The Sojourn could also be red for O2. That might be a possibility, I think.
That is a possibility, but it could be a possibility because Alien's just too good to not be in the league.
That might be Probe, actually. That could just be Probe because he doesn't have a team.
Probe. I mean, this is all just speculative.
That's
this is all
true.
Speculation.
That is very true.
Let us know down in the comments below who you think.
Let us know in chat.
Are the silhouettes. But don't let us know if they've already been announced, because that's cheating.
They haven't been announced.
No, I mean, if someone's watching this video after...
In the future.
In the future, yes, when we're all famous and living off of that sweet sponsorship money.
Okay.
But yeah, looking at this team, looking at the possible rumors that it could be, I don't think there's any mix and match you can make that would be inherently bad. I mean, something that they could benefit. I will admit something they could benefit from is signing another tank, but at the same time, you've got Off, who played quite a bit of off tank for Up Academy. So, they could always just put him back on tank, in case, ball isn't meta,
It's the only reason you could possibly get Belos Rio, for ball meta.
Exactly, which, to be honest, is actually quite smart because ball is very much meta right now.
Yeah.
So, why not?
Good point.
Got that chance, you might as well take it. But yeah, this team is stacked.
Yeah.
Doha, Becky, Iris Creative, Alien Probe, any mix and match.
Any possible combination, it's still pretty large.
Any possible combination, yeah. This team is almost essentially guaranteed to be top 2 in Korean contenders. Which I think automatically qualifies them for playing in the Overwatch League Eastern region. So, yeah, do you not remember with the format change where contenders teams from like Korean contenders, Asian Pacific.
I know
contenders.
West was doing a pro-am. Is East doing it too?
No, East is not doing a pro AM. We're just doing it where contenders teams can just flat out compete in the Overwatch League.
That's
with Overwatch
interesting.
League teams.
That is very interesting.
I think that's pretty cool. But like,
yeah, that'd be cool.
You know,
It'd just be very interesting to see.
Yeah, so like, technically, one way or another, Alien is making it into the Overwatch League, just not on an Overwatch League team. So I'll take that. Yeah, it's quite exciting. This roster, like, even though it's not known, but like, a roster that is known, however. Kenobi, what rosters have you already previewed?
I think we haven't gone through any other Overwatch League rosters where you weren't here for them, so we've only gone through skins.
Oh, that's fair. Shit, who can I preview?
Look at Dallas, look at
We're
Boston.
talking about contenders. Yeah. Wait. Glads or Mayhem, take your pick.
What the hell is Glads, I guess. Glads.
Okay, Glads look pretty
Florida's roster is low key kind of boring to me. Like it's people we already know besides Sauna.
Yeah.
So
like no, but like Florida's roster. No, we're not talking about Florida's roster. We'll talk about that next time. Gladiators though, like flipping. No, yeah, we will. I don't know, man. I'm that. Like my attention span has just been split in half. Yeah, no, Gladiators. They've got a very good damage line.
Yeah.
In the past, when last season, when there was reason to doubt them, with good reason. Keep in mind, what with not knowing what kind of form Ans and Patafan were gonna be in.
Yeah.
That was just all up in the air. Luckily, at least one of them was good. We don't talk about how Ans only had 2 good performances all season. At least Patafan was quite a solid.
He won
player.
2 stages and dipped. It's so funny though.
Yeah, that is absolutely hilarious.
He won 2 stages and just went back to Valorant. He's like, I'm done. GG's.
Just the ultimate Chad of the gamer. What a guy.
Where even is he in Valorant right now? Talon? Okay, interesting.
Weren't they performing absolute dog shit?
Yeah, they did lock in and then just did air.
Ah.
I think they did lock in. Did they do a lock in? Oh no, they didn't do a lock in. Hey, what?
I don't know. I don't pay attention.
Is Talon doing anything? What the? Hold on. Give me a second. No, they did do lock in. Pattypan just wasn't in it.
Yeah. Sheesh.
That's interesting. I'm trying to say. Oh, I guess they just had someone else in for him. Because they have 6 players, so I imagine they just played their 5 and have Patappan just because he's there, because he's Patappan.
Yeah. This other DPS line though, what with Kai, Kevster, and Yaki, that looks dangerous. I think that's easily
Did you see the leaked scrims between them and Toronto?
I did. I caught a glimpse of some of them, and
Yeah.
I thought both teams played pretty well, and that's to keep in mind. Those leaked scrims were not something to completely go off of, because you had
obviously you don't want to base your pick'ems off of that scrim.
Yeah, because they had Babylon, Zenyatta, and Lastro on.
Kevster was also on ping.
Yeah, and he was popping off.
Yeah, he did. He was doing a lot of. He's getting a lot done on ping, which is wild.
Yeah, he just truly one of the greats.
Truly a gamer.
And still slept on sometimes, just because his name isn't proper. Yeah. But
I think an interesting thing is Dante. Because he's proven he can play every tank. But if he's the only tank, is his mental gonna be unboomable, or is he just gonna like is he gonna just do air one stage and then just like become tilted forever? Like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah,
at heart he's a DPS player, so he has a DPS player's mental. So what's gonna happen?
I guess so. I don't know, man. Like,
I think it would just be good for them to pick up a second tank just in case, but I mean, they don't have to.
To be honest, I think Dante is one of the very few players where I think you just flat out have him as a solo tank.
You know, he's good. He can play all the heroes. My point is, if he gets boomed, he's gonna do terrible.
Yeah, but like at this stage in time, like who the heck do you pick up that's like above C tier? Like what, off tank wise? Like now that Cleston's retired and Bernard is taking a break from professional Overwatch, you've just got 2U and Hotba, and like
I don't think you want either of those.
No, but like they're actually quite decent. They're at least like high end of B tier with the possibility of like punching up to like A tier, in my opinion. So like, I don't know.
Come back.
They're both Hotba was in the league on Defiant last season. He's not.
Yeah, I know, but like he hasn't been signed yet. And 2U was on Soul a while back, and he hasn't gotten signed since.
Like, they should be. They should be signed again because like Hotba's just been looking better and better every season. Like,
yeah, he's constantly improving.
Yeah, so like, and no reason not to pick him up. Well, maybe there would be if Bernard and Cleston won the market, but they're not. So there's no reason to not pick Hotba up. And like, 2U's Junker Queen, man, was absolutely bizarre. He was an absolute nut job.
But is it Hanbin Junker Queen? Is it Hanbin Junker Queen?
Okay, Hanbin Junker Queen is in a different league of his own.
Yeah, you have Hanbin all the way up, and then like below it is 2U's in a different tier. He's good.
Yeah, but
then,
like
Hanbin's just in the sky.
2U is probably in the same tier as like, I don't know. He's better than Fury's Junker Queen.
He's better than Kaluge.
I'm not gonna. I won't go as far as say he's better than Kaluge because like. Well,
I mean, I haven't seen 2U's gameplay, but I've seen Kaluge's gameplay. Oh my, it's not good.
I liked
Kaluge's Queen was, in my opinion, one of the worst.
No, I think
during that short time where Queen was meta.
Well. To be
fair, I
was
playing Hit a Knife challenge and failed every single time.
To be fair, Kaluge Junker Queen only really looked like hang on, mid, because like it was he had to play against Hanbin 3 times. Like
that's
that
true. He had to play Hanbin 3 times in rapid succession, and then just looked embarrassed all the time.
Yeah, but like. When he wasn't playing against Hanbin, like he rolled Hotba, who I held in quite high regards on Junker Queen, but like, hang on, we're not talking about these guys. We're talking about 2U. 2U, you could probably argue that 2U is at least Kaluge level on Junker Queen, based on what I've seen in contenders. Other off tank heroes, he should be like low A, high B, in comparison to the rest of the league. Or at least the talent that was in the rest of the league last season. Maybe middle of B. I don't know, man. They're both solid pickups. But, like, how solid? I can't... It's not for me to say. I think they're both, like, noticeably better than Fury. Like, if Fury gets signed to another team, then I'm gonna be asking some goddamn questions. Because he should not have found like Fusion season 5. That was just crazy. I keep saying it, but they had Cleston on their academy team. and a crisp opportunity to promote him with MN3 Zest and Belos Ria, who were on the exact same team. And they just chose not to, and it was absolutely bizarre that not only would they go out of their way to sign a player who, in hindsight, we can say was worse, but like even I saw before, like any playtime was shown that he was worse than Cleston, but to also sign him and give him, from what I've heard, a bigger contract, because like Cleston wasn't finding a team. The scouts, like, they just didn't pay attention to him. God knows why, he's so good. But okay, I've hit a bit of a blank here. but like particularly the Fusion, I think they gave Fury like quite a good contract because he has name value. He's like Striker or Ans. He's got a big name that's worth money, but he doesn't have the talent that's worth that money anymore. But he's still got the name, so they signed him thinking that he would be worth that name, instead of signing Gleston, who had the talent, he just didn't have the name value, because 2020 London Spitfire. And he would have been signed for a cheaper contract. Hell, he would have been signed for minimum, because he didn't find a team. And you've got a choice between taking up a minimum contract offer or going back to the hellish grind of contenders for another year. I know option I'd take. So it was just crazy. Fury might end up finding another team this year, only because the talent has been weeded out to be so slim for off tanks now. But like, surely not over Hotbar or 2U, because that would just be wild. Yeah, Dante. We were talking about Dante, and I went off.
Yeah, yeah.
I have confidence in Dante to play every tank at a high level. Because he did so last season with like. You could probably
effortlessly
argue,
swapped onto everything, no matter what the meta was.
You could probably argue that last season's Outlaws was weaker than this season's Gladiators. That's like I think that's a respectable argument to make. Yeah.
Yeah, no, easily.
And like you've got.
This season's Outlaws' weakness is an off-tank meta.
Exactly.
To be fair, they have to have 6 players before the season starts, and I imagine most teams that only have 1 tank are gonna get another tank. Because there's a lot of teams that they're not gonna be able to operate with just 1 tank. But the tank options are so slim.
Yeah, but like some teams will just have to like. The Defiant, to be completely honest, what with Kaluj being on that team, like, they're looking for like a full Western team, because like
and I think got one.
I think in the team preview, well, not a team preview, like a team interview that Yiska had with the entire team. I can't remember which one of them said it, but they didn't want to have this full Western team. And to just have one Korean player that like might end up feeling like isolated or left out from the rest of the team. So like with Korean players like off the table, and like the only like Western tank player that's actually up to Western main tank player that could take playtime off of Kaluj is probably Reiner, and like.
And he was originally supposed to be on that roster too, right?
Yeah, but I think he retired. In like a Reddit thing, he retired for like physical health reasons. Just said just said not to expect him in the league or in the World Cup anytime soon. So like, realistically, like the options that they have like on the table, like what Gig, Rhino, Crandop. You know, I don't think. I mean, like they're all
Hello,
decent
man.
players. Koffa. They're all like not terrible players, but like I still think that I'd still have more faith in Kaluge main tank than I would in any of them. And I think it'd just be a bit of a wasted signing. Plus, you've got Kaluge's synergy with the entire American Tornado squad, so I don't know.
Right. Asleep?
Gladiator support line. Is Kenobi sleeping?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Hold on, let me wake him up. Wake up. Huh? I don't want to use anything too loud, but I also just...
Hang on, let me go to him. There we go. Let's see if that wakes him up.
What'd you do?
Oh no, I just sent him this GIF. I'll just edit it into the main recording.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
For comedic value.
Here's something loud. A shot that didn't work. It didn't work. Oh my god. That's wild.
Damn, Kenobi really is a deep sleeper. He's...
Bro, it's EP.
Someone's got to keep the podcast rolling.
Exactly. We keep going.
Yeah, precisely. So like,
here's an interesting roster. Atlanta.
we still weren't finished with the Gladiators. We still.
Oh yeah, were we? Yeah, that's right. My bad.
We still need to like keep going for time, but there's still like a lot on the damage line that we didn't cover. You know, like
that's true.
How Yaki had like a really mid season on.
Well, he's on New York. I mean, you attribute that to just New York, pretty much.
Yeah, you can, but at the same time, I mean, like
he was really good on Florida.
Yeah, he was good on Florida.
He got stuck on New York after.
Yeah, he
couldn't do anything.
He was okay, but like, I mean, he performed as good as anyone could have done with like Flora, Gangnam Jin main support and Myeonbong on your team, you know.
Yeah.
As well as Kellen, sort of crumbling due to not being able to carry with Flora, Gangnam Jin main support, and Myeonbong on his team.
Right.
So, I don't know. It's a very weird situation. I've got faith in Yaki. I don't have enough faith in Yaki to say that he's gonna bench Kevster. I think benching Kevster, or even considering benching Kevster, is an absolute throw. Unless you're considering benching him for like, I don't know, Lip in a double hit scan or a hit scan Sombra meta.
Well, you definitely don't want Kevster in a Reaper meta, considering what happened for playoffs.
You've got a good point. Yeah, maybe bench him for Reaper, but like with traditional flex DPS heroes like Tracer, Echo, Genji, possibly
Yaki's Echo is like a little bit better from what I know, but I haven't seen much Kevster Echo in my time, so I don't know.
Kevster Echo goes criminally underrated. Crazy. He's like.
Well, I mean, either way, you perpetually have Kai in because you literally don't have any other option for hit scan. So you kind of perpetually have him in unless there's a double flex DPS meta.
Yeah, or like even in double hit scan, like Kevster's got quite a nutty Ashen Widowmaker, so
It'll be serviceable if like there's a Cass Widow something.
Yeah. Honestly, like his hit scan is at least B tier, like at the high end of B tier.
Like, I imagine he could probably Soj pretty well, maybe, and then have Kai play Widow, like on those maps, like those Circuit Royales, where you need that kind of thing.
To be honest, I'd take it the other way around. Like, I like Kai Sojourn more than his Widowmaker, and I like Kevster Widowmaker more than his Sojourn.
That makes sense. Kai's Sojourn's really good.
Yeah, Kai Sojourn is like a freak of nature.
Yeah.
Everyone on the Gladiators is a freak of nature. Like, despite Kai having a bit of an iffy second half to the season,
his first half was very, very good.
Yeah, like I'm trying to
judge. Very strong.
When judging Atlanta Reign players, I'm just trying to close my eyes when it comes to the second half. Visualize the first half and like how good they did there. Because like they weren't prepared for the sudden Junker Queen meta. They weren't prepared for the sudden Kiriko Rush meta. Like they had to choose between Hawk Winston and Gator. You know, that's a fate worse than death.
Yeah.
So like there wasn't really
either way you lose.
And like they just didn't adapt to Jotes very well. You know, Gladiators didn't adapt to Jotes very well until they got.
You would think the guy that created Goats would do fine, but no.
What? Oh yeah, Gator. Well, it was still Hawk in the starting line.
Yeah, no, but clearly Hawk was in over Gator for a reason.
Well, yeah, because Hawk is infinitely more talented.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's why Gator's a coach now.
Exactly. I sure hope he doesn't suck the talent out of players like Lip and Fielder, you know?
That'd be so bad, bro. If he coached a team like that to failure.
Yeah. I think Rain, without talking too much about Rain, I think they've got too much talent to fail.
Yeah. Especially in the support line. They literally just yoinked Dallas's supports and just said, "Here, Atlanta, here, DPS, do something with this."
Exactly.
Here's something of the best backline in the league.
Well, Dallas already had a solid argument for having the best backline in the league, and then they add Vigilante on top of it for added double flex support flexibility. Something which Chio was sort of lacking in when it came to the mid-season madness and when he had to like flex onto like Ana and Zenyatta. So I don't know. The Atlanta Reign has a very solid argument for having the best backline in the league. Like, I don't think they can fail. But we're still talking about the Gladiators. Now the Gladiators backline, could probably be top 5, maybe. Well, actually no. Boston backline, Shock backline, Outlaws backline, Dragons backline, the Goats. Yeah, I think Gladiators could have like a solid 6th place backline in the league, with like a solid 6th place at least, like damage line. You know, like Funny Astro, like his Brig is like severely underrated. He's got like ever since like season 4 when Lucio was literally removed from the hero pool during the Countdown Cup and he literally had to flex onto Brig. Like he benched.
Wait, Lucio got removed from the hero. Wait, what? Hold on, what?
Yeah, do you not remember when hero pools were a thing in season 3 and 4?
Oh yeah, that I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was awful.
Yeah, that was not a good thing for them to. I don't know why they did that.
Blindness, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, Lucio got removed, and they had to essentially run like Brig Zen competitions. Fast. And like Funny Astro Brig was like, I still don't understand how it can be underrated this hard just because of like how he had to deal with like flipping visa issues. His brig was like great. Like you could make a solid argument that it was top 5 in like that season. Could that argument be made now? Maybe not, and maybe you could like make the argument that like certain other players have like surpassed it by now. But like it still should be above average, you know, like losing skewed it is a bit of a hit. But like Funny Astro Brig is not a slouch. It should be fine. And even in the scenario that Funny Astro Brig is a slouch, you've got Lastro and Babel, 2 players who have been very experienced in being required to play that hero, particularly in Jokes and like Lastro for almost the entire season being swapped to main support.
Yeah.
You know, they've got more than good enough brigs to fill that hole. So I wouldn't be worried.
I think it's also important to remember that with Babel, they technically have a 4th DPS, because he originally played DPS and then he swapped to support because it's Kiriko.
Yeah, that's my goat.
So you have a 4th DPS. Oh, yeah, well...
If you count Dante.
Well, yeah, but realistically, who's going to play tank if he's on DPS?
Well...
Screw it, make Kevster do
it. Yeah.
Make Kevster do it. Let him play Doom.
Exactly.
Let Kevster Doom.
That's funny. No, I like the backline. Like any criticism I might have shown towards Lastro, you know, I just don't think Lastro had like the best team setup with the Houston Outlaws, and like something else in particular, like the coaching staff is very important. Not to imply that KDG is a bit mid, but like not to imply that Junkbuck and Jake was a bad coaching staff. It's just that I've only ever really seen Lastro flourish as like a great flex support when he was been under Unter's coaching. And now that he's back under Unter's coaching, you know, I've got a lot more faith in his ability to succeed than when he was not under Unter's coaching. So, you know, and from the scrims that I've seen, you know, he was benching Babel for Kiriko, and he looked like a freak of nature. You know, Lastro Kiriko should like not be slept on, and like Babel's Kiriko was like almost generational. So like I don't know how solid. Or why he was being benched in that regard, but like when I saw it, I could see the vision of the Gladiators coaching staff right in front of my eyes, and I liked it. So like, don't be sleeping on him. Initially I did think of going from Shu to Lastro was going to be one of the biggest downgrades of the entire year, but you know, I've seen the vision, and it's a very damn nice vision, I must admit. I like it.
Glad they're solid. They're solid.
And you pair that with good double flex support, and you also pair it with like arguably the best Lucio player in the world, and you pair it with like one of the most flexible tank players in the entire league, and you pair it with like a top 5 DPS line. This is just set up for success once again. I like this. Yeah. It's very nice. Very good roster.
Yes. Shall we talk about a roster that doesn't look as good?
Which one? Because I know that
I was staring at Washington.
I know that one of our other frequent guests, Mike, has shown an interest in wanting to talk about Washington. So maybe save that for the next episode.
We'll save that for another day.
A possibility. I don't know.
Atlanta and Boston are very solid. The amount of trophies on Boston is hilarious.
Yeah. Shit. What? Do we continue without Kenobi still? Because like I don't know if he's like
he's still asleep. I think.
Yeah.
How did he fall asleep before I did? It's later for me than it is for him. It's 7:30.
Technically, it's also later than it is for him because it's like 1:30 p.m. for me. So
yeah,
I don't know.
But I imagine you've slept.
That's when you sleep. Yeah, like maybe you just had like an exhausting day.
Really long night. Yeah, long day.
It's more than doable. You know, I think it's peaceful. Shall we? I don't know if the recording's still gonna like go
it's
on.
still going. He's still streaming.
Oh,
so it's just gonna go until he wakes up and turns it off.
Probably, yeah, but like, I don't see the problem with it. He can probably just, you know, like completely. Well, not delete the VOD, no, but like he can just go to his little editing tool and like cut this entire section out.
I'm gonna try one more thing to wake him up. If this doesn't wake him up, I don't know what will.
Yeah, we'll just give like a cheesy outro.
Right, you ready? You ready for this now?
I'll turn my volume down.
It's not gonna be that loud, maybe, but.
Well, I am one. Oh, you are very funny.
I'm very funny, yes. No shot! If I heard that in my sleep, I would panic. Like,
yeah.
How does that not get him? He doesn't watch porn.
Maybe he's too innocent for our corrupted minds. I don't know.
Yeah.
Very much a possibility. Oh well. We should probably let the man rest it. Like for his time zone, it is like what 2:30 a.m. not p.m. You know.
I mean 7:30 a.m. for me. I haven't slept yet. So.
Yeah. We should probably just give the whole podcast like some sort of cheesy outro.
Yeah.
And just let him cut out the rest of the awkward silence. So that was the Ecopoint Podcast Team Previews. Join us next time when we preview the Washington Justice and the Boston Uprising. I don't know if we're actually previewing those teams.
And the Atlanta. Those are like the filled rosters. Like a lot of teams.
Yeah, filled rosters.
Like there's 1, 2, 3.
Join us next time when we do a team preview of the Chengdu Hunters.
It's funny because they don't have any players.
Yeah,
there's no one signed.
Okay, we should really outro. Peace out, everybody.
Goodbye. Bye, podcast.
Alright, that's considered done. Hey, Kenobi, if you're still like watching over all this, this is the part that you're supposed to cut out.
Yes, yeah, this is the part where you cut it, but like a little bit before this, so that they don't hear this.
Yeah, exactly. Like all of this speech that's like going on right now, and everything else that goes on after it, just cut it from the recording, and the whole podcast should be okay.
Like whenever we say goodbye, that's where you want to like that's the end.
Precisely.
Yeah.
All right. So now what?
I don't know.
I don't know. Same time tomorrow.
I suppose. I'm a bit tired.
I'll see if I can also get Mike on to like do it. Well, surely by tomorrow.
Would it be possible to get to do this like earlier? Because like this is hurting my sleep schedule so bad.
Yeah, it is a possibility. Like, I mean, like, maybe try something during the weekend because like that's when I know Kenobi's work schedule should be.
Yeah.
You know, a little more flexible.
The problem for me this weekend is that I'm traveling this weekend.
Ah, that's That's tragic. Cause, I mean,
I
like,
always bring my laptop, but I'll have like a headset. Like it'll be bad. Like I'll still be able to do it. It's just I'll sound terrible.
I mean, I'm using a headset right now. Do I sound
Yeah,
bad?
but you have no idea what it sounds. You have no idea what mine sounds like. I don't think you understand how bad it is.
Oh, okay then.
I mean, it's audible. It's just like I'm gonna sound like an air traffic controller. You know,
That's fine.
like I'm gonna sound like I'm gonna try to land planes all day.
But who needs good quality?
That's true.
That's all that Ecopoint
Like if you can
stands
hear
for,
the
you know,
words, that's all that matters.
Precisely. Alright, if you're tired, do you wanna get to sleep?
Yeah, I'm gonna get rest, bro. I'll pop
Alright,
melatonin and pass out.
Hell yeah, you have fun going unconscious.
Hell yeah.
Alright, see you later.
Later.
Bye bye.
Alright.
Alright, if you can hear this in your dreams, Kenobi, we're leaving. Okay? Well, feel free to come back in, like, whenever you're awake. Should be available by then. You have a good rest, my man.